Broadcasting live from Stubbs' haunted attic, this is the Retro Handhelds podcast, featuring your host, Rob the Retro Tech Dad, Stubbs the Retro Alien Pumpkin, Aish Rios Ban, and our special guest, Technical Dweebster from TechDweeb. So sit back, relax, crack open a cold pixel, and let's get this aging gamer party started. Poop poop pee pee
Oh yeah.
Oh man, where's my camera? What's
Hey, what's
you know,
this?
let's do hands only. We're gonna do hands only. What's going on, everybody? It's the Stubbs here from Retro Handhelds. We're doing a special episode tonight. We have our buddy TechDweeb in the house. Everybody excited for TechDweeb? Give us a
hi. Yes, thank you. I'm looking forward to taking over the podcast and being your new replacement. It's good. There's going to be a learning curve, so we're just going to ease into it. But as soon as you're out of here, I should be ready to go. So thank you for keeping the seat warm for me.
Yeah, thanks, dude. Anytime. You know, Zoo ousted me from the Discord. He took over as server owner yesterday in a coup. And while one would be upset about that, I really was hungry, so I had to go eat dinner afterwards. So it's like, it's okay. So Zoo's the overlord now and the cult leader, which we're not allowed to call it a cult. Once again, my lawyers have told me.
Yeah, we coordinated that. We're taking over your life at the same time.
That's okay. You know what? So I don't have to prep these podcast episodes anymore, and you can just kind of do it, and I'll just kind of play video games and eat some my spam.
Prep, you say? Okay. There's a lot to learn, I guess.
Well, you could you could light the spam in my heart, because this is also a candle. So this is actually, we don't have an affiliate link for this. I shouldn't be shilling it. But how are you doing?
I mean, you could make an affiliate link easily enough. Surely you could buy spam candles all over the internet, right?
I don't know. My friend got it for me in a. Oh, look! You can make a spam grilled cheese, and jazz up a favorite. You could pour like a bag of tuna in there, and
God, that's disgusting.
Is it a candle or food? I'm just confused now.
Well, I mean, is a handheld electronics or food? I don't. That's something
Anything's food if you're hungry enough.
That's true.
What my mom always told me. So,
sort of like how
Ban, how are you doing?
Oh, I'm doing pretty all right.
Your hands look good, like your keyboard, your pastel.
Yeah, I gotta get all that color up. Had to include stuff as well.
I've added extra sound padding so that our voices don't cross, since you're upstairs right now, of course, up in the attic. And Aish is down doing his thing. He got his A&W ready. Is that diet or?
No, it's just regular.
Okay, that's fair. It's fine. Whatever.
Yeah, I want to
Why
diet.
does the can look so skinny?
Are we getting into the root beer already?
No,
we only just started.
No, that's at the end. It's root beer time.
All right.
We'll see. We'll dweeb it up, and then we got Rob here. Who's upside down. That's how he lives his life. Just
Am I upside down though? Do we know for sure?
Well, no, we don't know, because you have some things right side up. So I don't know. Your hands are coming from the top. This is gonna take a minute to get used to. So I need to.
I guess it depends how many joints your elbows have.
I don't pretend to know how many joints they have. But hey, guys, let's get into the news, shall we? So this week, if you can believe it, Sony is selling out of the PlayStation Portal. Why? How? How did that happen?
That's what I want to know, is how.
Bob Wolf responded to Mr. Sujano on Twitter here and said, you know what? I think they only made like 10 of these things. They made 10 of them, and that's why they sold out. Which is, it's a fair assumption. But it gave me the FOMO for some reason on this thing, and I actually went to Best Buy and pre-ordered this morning, because you can still get them in Best Buy right now and from Sony Direct. So if you're really itching and you're not a YouTube reviewer and you really need this, you can still pre-order it technically. It's not technically sold out.
I called it.
I ordered like 7 of them, so.
That's
Why?
where they all went.
Okay, so I got one of them. You got 7, so that leaves us with 2.
Yeah.
Who ordered the other 2? Russ and
Well,
ETA?
I'm assuming that Canada got a small supply, so probably the other two PlayStation 5 owners.
He's not wrong.
Well, speaking of PlayStation, PlayStation 5 Slim is apparently a thing now. It's slightly smaller, and it looks fine. It's
Yeah. So I saw this image and I did some math on it. I should have made a
Okay.
graphic to put on the screen. I measured the difference in the size of them, and the Slim is 7% shorter than the other PlayStation.
oh,
With the DVD, the Blu-ray drive on the side, it's like 3% narrower, but without that, it's 40% narrower. So technically, it is slimmer, but only if you don't have that drive on there. If you have the drive on there, it's like a tiny little difference. Like
I just
there's
don't-
basically no difference at all.
I mean, I guess it's more power efficient. Right.
They
Uh,
probably fixed some of the issues they were having with like the liquid metal. There were some other like QA issues that they had with the PS5. So I'm guessing
Fair.
most of what they did is that, and they just managed to like shrink it down a little bit just because they need to. I guess I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh, they gotta have something out this holiday season.
Yep.
Oh yeah. And the Slim PS5s, I believe they have that brand new horizontal mount that's just a tiny piece of plastic.
Isn't that like $30 or something
No.
like crazy?
That's for the vertical stand. They all come with
Oh.
this like little tiny piece of plastic so you can lay it
Oh
horizontally.
yeah. I
It's
saw
like
that.
it's like a kickstand.
I
Yeah,
feel like
like-
they're just fat shaming the PS5 at this point.
I mean, can
Yeah.
you blame them?
No.
I don't have
You
one,
can't.
so I don't know.
I don't either.
Yeah, me neither.
I have the
Mm.
digital regular PS5. You know, I use it. I don't use it as much as my Xbox. I got to be honest. I just think Game Pass is such a more brilliant use of modern technology than. Even though I've been a Sony fanboy my whole life, man, but I can't get excited for this. Much like the PlayStation Portal until it's in my hands. I don't know. It's for the channel, right?
I'm sure it's going to be really comfortable.
There it
Oh,
is.
There's
sure.
there's the kickstand. You could see a good.
Yeah.
Oh
It's
my
so
god.
beautiful.
No.
Yeah, what an
That's
elegant
$30?
solution.
No, that's with the device.
Is this art?
Is
No, that's $45. That one there.
my mistake.
Is this what we've become? Remember the PS2?
This is what
Now that-
Sony has become.
Yeah, well, that's what I mean. We as a society.
If anybody wants one, I got this and I'll do it for $25. How about it?
You got that at the Dollar Tree from Zoo's video.
No,
for
no,
like-
this isn't an official Sony product.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'll do
Well-
it for 20.
Why are you trying to undercut me?
It's a better quality. It's made in America.
Yeah, Aish. Come on, man. This
What
is-
the? Yeah, okay. I'm just gonna drink my root beer.
well, it's tasty.
Go easy on that stuff.
Oh yeah, I have to.
You'll get a little crazy there. What's up, everybody in the live chat? Kyle, we got Michael, we got Ghost Sauce, we got Game Tech Talk, we got all the people. So yeah, this is a new format for us. We're going to be doing hands only tonight, as you can see, and figuring out how to express myself with my hands. I'm doing an invisible Rubik's cube here. This is fun. TechDweeb has much more experience, I think, than me at this.
I just gotta say how much I appreciate the solidarity that I'm experiencing. I feel very welcomed.
Yeah, and you know, every podcast you go on after this, including Mr. Aiden Walls, they better do the hands only. Otherwise, I quit. So
Yep.
Well, I don't have a face. Everybody knows this, so this is the only way it would work, anyways.
I read in our Discord today, you told Raven that you do have a face and that it's glorious. And I want to just take a moment to appreciate that comment. I think if you do have a face, I agree. It would have to be. I mean, it would have to be glorious, right?
Well,
I wish-
I mean, the going theory is that I'm actually Russ. So
Yeah.
I guess it depends on your opinion of Russ's face.
I can see it.
I can see that too.
We were
He is
actually.
he is pretty handsome.
I was actually talking to my wife about it. How nobody knows your face or that you don't have a face. And she said maybe he's like that one character from Chowder that sells hairbrushes and wears a bag, and when he removes it, it's because he's the most beautiful person in the world, and that's why he wears a bag.
Band, do we have the
That's not
graphic?
far off.
Where's the graphic?
I believe it.
Yeah.
There it is. So
Oh,
here he
yeah,
is.
It's confirmed. You wanted a face reveal. Fine.
Yep.
There you go.
So this is TechDweeb's face, and yeah, I mean that looks familiar to me. It definitely looks like a guy I've seen before, but not.
Yeah. Well, just change the shirt every now and then, and nobody will know.
Oh, that's good. That's good. Okay, so not only this, let's move on to the next thing. What else do we have in our shenanigan wheel tonight? Right, the review embargo. So if you're excited for Legion Go, which is a super expensive giant fortress of a handheld coming out at the end of the month by Lenovo, the review embargo is up on the 24th. So we're going to start to see reviews, I'm sure, from ETA Prime and the usuals. We do not have one early, but I am going to bite the bullet, grab one from the Best Buys, and test it for you all. I am saddened to learn that they've gone and taken after 1X Player and not used magnets for their controllers that go on the sides, that they're just attaching the, Nintendo Switch style. So it's a little wobbly, but it's okay. Another handheld maker will come in and give us some magnets. So far, Pimax is still a magnet king.
Oh, those Pimax magnets are freaking deadly.
They're crazy good.
They are.
Oh, I drew blood.
Oh,
It's not as hard as people would think. If you've never been attacked by a magnet, you don't understand how powerful they are.
Yeah, there's like when you open it from the box, there's like a little warning strip, and it's like, careful, it's a pinching hazard. And I was like, get that crap out of here. What is a pinching hazard? Who cares? And
It'll hurt you, man.
immediately pinched my arm, my head. And then later I drew blood. And I actually had a video to make later that day, and I had like a cut on my finger.
No.
So there's proof. Yeah.
Yeah, so there's two dangerous handhelds that will hurt you. Well, according to Joey of Joey's Retro Handhelds, all handhelds hurt you in some way. But the
it might
the
just be Canadians.
the X18S,
We're easily
this
hurt.
on the hinge. Yeah, Canada is such an interesting place. You guys didn't get the Prime Day deals. You didn't.
We did it. I didn't even
No.
look.
No, well, I heard that they weren't as good, anyways. You have to pay tax
Nothing,
twice.
Nothing's as good.
You do have that awesome guy in charge, though, who kind of looks like if Tom Cruise was the president.
Oh, yeah, Justin. Yeah.
Justin,
he's a good
yeah.
guy. Yeah. He was over
Is
at my
that your-
house for Thanksgiving.
I was gonna say, is that your dad? But maybe just a distant cousin.
I know him. He's a guy I know. All Canadians know each other. If this is something you didn't know about Canadians, is we just If you ever meet a Canadian and there's another Canadian, you're just like, oh, you're from Canada. Do you know Bob? There's a good chance that he knows. Bob.
You do know Bob. You know which Bob we're talking about too.
Yeah.
Oh, there's probably only one.
And Kyle says we say sorry a lot. Is that true?
Yeah, probably. It's all relative. It doesn't feel like it to me, but yeah, if you come from a land of just never anybody ever apologizes for anything, then it probably seems like a lot.
That's fair.
That is fair. Okay, so I'm having too much fun with this. Okay, so the review embargo, I can tell that we're getting a lukewarm response from the Legion Go so far. You all don't seem super thrilled about it. I can't say that I am either. It's so big. I think the 1X Player kind of already served this purpose, or the Ayaneo Kun, but it's going to be in a Best Buy, so good return policy.
What's the battery size on it?
Good question.
It's got to be, I don't know, 9,000 or 10,000. Are all the specs dropped on that
I
so
don't know. 'Cause
far?
originally, I heard they were doing like the same battery size as the Steam Deck and the Ally, and if they do that, that's a big
It
miss.
is 49.2.
Okay,
Oh, 49. Oh, wow.
Yeah,
That's a lot.
It's bigger, so it's got some room for it.
okay.
Yeah. Every time someone talks about the size of these batteries, I have to stop and realize the Lenovo Legion Go has a bigger battery than my laptop.
Really?
Yeah, my laptop's like 44 watt hours.
I'm excited for the Go, but like I don't know. There's just so many of these things all the time. It's hard to be as excited as like the first or second. You know, like the Steam Deck was exciting because it was like the first cheap one, and the Ally was exciting because it was the first like competitor for the deck. And now it's like the third coming along. It's like okay, I'm sure it'll be great, but kind of just more of the same at this point.
Yeah, we want to know. People are asking, who is ETA Prime? Is that you? Is that one of us? Not me.
It could easily be me.
Yeah, I was gonna say it could be you. You're either Russ or ETA. That's
I still
neither
think
here nor
it's
there. Green Protagonist says it could. I'm not gonna say anything. Green Protagonist, thanks for the donation. I want to personally apologize and thank TechDweeb for putting up with my shenanigans both on YouTube and on Discord.
I haven't put up with anything. I have no choice in the matter. I just gotta. He's just there. I just gotta live with him.
Does he live in your attic?
No. I don't know who lives in my attic. I don't go upstairs very much. I live in the basement. If you haven't heard.
Well, yeah, I heard that, but so do you live by yourself then? I mean, we'll get into the questions later, but
No. Mom's upstairs right now.
I was gonna say.
Yeah, she's watching Netflix. I told her to turn down the quality on Netflix so my streaming quality would be good.
Yeah, I know. That's why a band's mic is a lower bit rate, because we had to choose my mic or his. We're on the same internet connection, and I said, sorry, Daddy needs to talk. So
yeah, it's like I love you and I want you to be happy, but also I want me to be happy. So turn it off.
Yeah. I like that. Appreciate that.
That was a glorious profile picture, by the way.
Who?
Well, mine?
Yes, that one too.
Oh,
no, I was talking about the. I'm guessing that's the Untitled Goose, like Goose. Link out.
Green Protagonist. Oh, he's got. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what that is. Green Protagonist. What the heck is your profile picture? I've seen that he's in my Discord, and I've gotten many a good chuckle from that profile picture.
I'm 99% sure it's the Goose from Untitled Goose.
What?
There's Untitled Goose game.
It's that goose is like white and he just doesn't wear clothes. Come on.
That's true. That's
the Green Protagonist's avatar reminds me of what's that movie? Robin Hood. You know the old Disney Robin Hood movie? How it's like animals, but they're wearing like medieval clothes. That's what I think of. It feels like feels nostalgic and familiar to me.
I can appreciate that.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's not all the things going on. We also have Loki Mini Pro. It has been discontinued. You guys hear about this? I just learned about this today.
Yeah, I saw that, which I think is hilarious. And not really surprising at all, because it's sold out on their website, and I don't think anyone really bought one of these.
Well, yeah, by the time...
nobody bought one of those. Yeah.
Isn't that the one Joey got?
That now I own.
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah, right?
They're just sharing it. It's just one unit that they made, and everybody's just passing around.
I mean, that's what I'm convinced of.
This is the one that got sent to Canada. All the Canadians have to share this one.
That's the Canada unit.
That's how they keep warm.
It's nice. It's really, really nice. I like it. It's not mine. This isn't mine. It's a guy I know lent it to me just to make a review on. So I got to return it to him.
And I have to say, too, that the AYN, good on them for discontinuing a model because they can focus, I think, more on the Odin, but just focus on their main two SKUs. They're doing the Max and the Zero, right? Are they still doing the mid-tier SKU, Bam?
I don't believe... They only mentioned the Max and the Zero, so I'm not sure.
The other ones are done.
Yeah, it might just be all but the very low end and the very high end.
Okay, that's fair. And that's all I think that's all they need. That's all you need. And Odin too. That's where my money is. We're getting some Discord sounds. I'm guessing from Mr. Rob.
Uh-oh.
Oh, no. Why do you keep your notifications turned on, man? Like all over the place. Doesn't that drive you insane? Just having
they're actually muted though. That's the funny thing about it.
But when we're on here, then they unmute for some reason.
I have no idea why.
Some people like notifications. It makes them it gives them that dopamine like 800 times a day.
No, thank you. It distracts because I'll be trying to like work on something and then something goes off and now I have to go deal with that. Like I just drop everything that I'm doing. Go every time I get a DM in Discord, then the same way, where it's like if I see it, then it's like I got a little red notification. I got to go at least turn that off. But I disable and mute everything in my life. That's how I keep my sanity.
I think there's just like some personality types really like the constant gratification. Yeah, I'm the same as you though. It distracts me like crazy.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, now I'm going down this rabbit hole when I got to focus on this other rabbit hole, and I don't even own any rabbits, so it's a freaking problem.
Yeah, my attention span is like on the edge of a knife all day long. It doesn't take anything to knock me off.
Are you going on Aiden's show, by the way, for an interview soon? Okay, cool. Yeah. We're gonna get to behind the scenes more.
Yeah, we had a little chat, and then we had some technical difficulties, and we're gonna plan a proper chat.
Okay, all right. We'll stay on the lookout for that one. Okay, more in the news. Miyoo Mini, the version 4, it's dropping October 15th, so only a few days from now. Be on the lookout for this. We have a link in our description. This is going to be a blue and the black models are going to be out. So the yellow looked pretty cool, but everybody's pining for that blue boy. Unfortunately, it does have that new screen that Russ recently was showing off. So I'm not thrilled about it, but it's hard to get blue. It's hard to get blue, so I might pick it up.
Everyone likes the blue. If it follows the same release schedule as the other drops they've had, it would be somewhere in the neighborhood of at like 1 a.m. PST.
Yeah, it's gonna be some crazy time that they drop this thing.
You're gonna have to.
So that's only 4 a.m. for me. Awesome.
Yeah, for me, that's 3 a.m., which is great.
Yeah. For me to like set an alarm and get out of bed and stare at my computer screen while I'm trying to stay sleepy so I could still go back to sleep, only to have it sell out right before my eyes.
Well, you're just a young man. Like, you need your beauty rest. You gotta grow in mind. And it's amazing that your parents even let you go on YouTube, to be honest.
You sound like my mom.
I am your mom in a way. Legally speaking.
I'd be okay with that.
Well, just I get you a glass of warm milk and I say, here you go. I tuck you in, make sure you feel good, and you're up to date on your retro handheld news. That's kind of my job in your life. So,
yeah, well, if you were my mom, you'd know I'm lactose intolerant, and that warm glass of milk would hurt my stomach. So
you know what? Being your mother,
got work to do, buddy.
Hey, being your mother, I also am lactose intolerant, and I didn't tell you, but it's oat milk. It's a glass of oat milk.
Okay.
At worst, we could do some of that lactose-free dairy, but I hear that that even hurts your tum-tum. I know that. I birthed you. And
it
so
doesn't take much. God.
It really doesn't. All right, what's getting strange
What's happening
already?
Again?
So now that we're done talking about that subject, the Pocket Air is still getting reviewed, and there's some good reviews. There's actually, I saw one of the early birds come up for sale, like 1 unit pop up again for the $270 price point. Yeah, here's Hyperfixed, a new reviewer on the scene. People might know him as Feral Gal in our Discord. Good dude. He has his first review video out, so I want to welcome him to the YouTube handheld review scene. Cool video, cool guy, and he goes over and talks about the Pocket Air and all of his thoughts on it. I do highly recommend. Give this dude a sub. We have it linked in our description.
Oh, they give you a lot of.
They do.
Make sure you fill his comments with requests for a face reveal. YouTubers love that.
Well, he started his video out with the face reveal, which is like he just got it right out of the gate on his second video, which is like crazy. I didn't even do a face reveal till I think our 20th or 25th video.
That's risky.
It can be, but he's got a solid face. He has a hair on the screen right there, though. We're gonna have to work on that. So
That's all you're gonna see now.
it's all you can see.
It's his second video. Come on, give the guy a break.
Well, I know. I'm giving him a hard time, but he did have a face reveal, didn't he? Am I going crazy at the beginning?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
We can dox him. He doxed himself first.
He's got a really nice.
Look at that
A
dog.
Great beard. Look at that dog. Look at those 2 dogs.
He's got a nice.
We should. I wish you
That's
could.
it.
I want to review his dogs.
His subscriber count just went up.
Give Hyperfixed your hard-earned subscription, and he came away feeling really good about the Pocket Air. I'm seeing more of these reviews. There was also one from Wicked Gamer today, reviewing the Pocket Air, and this is one I'm sorry, but I'm still hyped on it. I know the Odin 2 kills it in performance, but there's something damn nostalgic about those silly beige buttons, and an OLED screen is pretty neat. So if you can see one of the early birds pop up, I'd pick that up.
Yes,
I
that's.
think as long as
the
you don't
best
touch a
value.
Odin 2, you're gonna love it.
I've already touched an Odin 2, and I still
That's
want this.
why you're gonna be disappointed now.
But maybe not. But maybe I'm gonna have to give up Switch emulation. Yeah, I'm gonna have to give up 5x PS2. I get that, but for my use case,
I don't even think it's
personally,
worth going up to 5x.
Well, no, we don't need to make justifications and do the whole coping thing here either. But I'm just saying that it might be all right. And
No,
that's
I'm not
okay.
trying to cope. I'm genuinely. I don't think you need
I
to go.
know.
As long as you can hit like 1080p, I think that's more than enough for retro games.
Well, yeah,
Yeah, that's all that matters to me.
Yep.
Yeah.
The Ayaneo Air is actually my favorite of my mini PC, my mini PCs. And it's probably the least powerful of all of them. But
Wait a minute.
It's just
are you reviewing mini PCs now? Did I miss something?
Oh, he's been doing it.
You
Yeah,
definitely
I've been doing it
are
for a
this
while.
guy. You're the same person.
Yeah.
You-
Well, maybe someday I'll tell you. But no, the reason that I love it is just because of the screen quality and also just like the size and the ergonomics of it. Like it's not always about the power.
Right.
Even though this one's called the Retro Power Ideal Air.
Apparently, there's a Pocket Air on eBay right now from Sophie Skins. I wonder what the pricing is on that. Mine still hasn't shipped because I got the lowest
Same.
SKU. I think they're shipping it last.
Yeah, they're shipping that one the slowest.
I think my Odin 2 is going to be here before the
Yeah, I
Pocket Air.
should have just ordered the Max, I guess. But I didn't see. There's no point to it on that Dimensity 1200 chipset. All right, Green Protagonist. What are our thoughts on webRCade and other types of self-hosted streaming solutions? Great question. I'm going to star that one for a little bit later on, if that's all right. Thank you for your donation. That's really cool. Russ from TechDweeb. Yeah,
Russ Dweeb.
only
Russ
$2.99. What? Do I need to stop streaming and go to eBay? I don't need it. I don't want it to get it sooner.
You
But
have one. You're gonna be okay.
I'll
you
be
could
all
get
right.
it.
But I'm waiting. But hold on.
You could get it and then cancel your
Contribution.
contribution. Thank you.
That's true.
2.7. Oh
Just-
no, there's
just
multiple. There's
Just
multiple
make
on
sure
here.
It comes with all of the stuff that they're supposed to.
Okay.
Because I'm pretty sure, wasn't it the Pocket Air supposed to come with a case?
This comes with a whole bunch of stuff.
Yeah. It
Well,
does.
they're
They
trying
give
to
you all that
sweeten
stuff
the
for
pot.
free and free shipping. Holy crap! This is the well, it is the lowest model.
Which, if it's
How'd they
$2.99,
get
that's
that?
the same price.
Mm-hmm.
What
Yeah,
does
it
that
is.
one have? How many gigabytes does that one have? Is it six gigabytes of RAM on that one?
It's
There's
like
6 gigabytes of RAM on that one.
6 whole
Yeah.
gingerbreads.
It doesn't sound like a lot, but if you're not planning on doing much Switch on it, then yeah, I guess 6 will be fine.
Shipping from California. It could be here by Monday. No, I'm gonna wait for mine. I'm already doing a 1X Player 2 Pro video on Monday, so it's no. We're just gonna impulse control that one. Someone should buy that though. That's a hell of a deal, and I'll be able to play with it soon.
I really like the look of it.
Oh,
Oh, that screen looks nice.
I like that comparison. Because I've got the Air Plus, so seeing this is just a little bit smaller might be really nice.
I like the color and saturation better on the Pocket.
Oh,
Same.
that definitely helps.
Air Plus is one I slept on. I just wasn't a huge fan of that one. Battery life, man. Ugh.
Well, the Mendocino one is actually,
Cappuccino.
yes, the espresso is actually really a nice chip that I've experienced so far.
But yeah, this is a cool video. I like that. Okay, so not only this, but Win Mini is being reviewed, and Russ, our good buddy Russ Decor of the Game Core, said, you know what? This is really made for nobody. It's kind of teeny tiny, and I'm just not really sure about it. It's not great as a handheld, and it's also not super great as a laptop to type on. But it does have a 7840U or 7640U?
78.
The 7840U. So with such small housing, it gets a little bit warm to the touch. That's the other concern. And he came away a little bit, I think, disappointed in it, but there's still a niche of people who love this. A lot of those people are in the GPD Discord. I backed this and then I unbacked it in the end after the heating issues. I'm like, right, the heating issues can drive me crazy. So even though it looks cool and I loved the Win 2 and all that, I think at this point I'd step up to the Win Max. You know, then you get a full keyboard.
Yeah, it's a unique thing because of the size of the screen, but also the small amount of real estate it takes, like not in your pocket, but like in your purse or whatever. You know, to get that size screen on a handheld, you're looking at a way bigger thing than that thing. So I guess if like your lifestyle needed that, then you know who you are, and it's the only one, right?
Mhm.
True. Yeah, it's true. I mean, it's like those early Pocket, the GPD Pocket laptops that didn't have the controls on them. I tried those out too, and I'm like, you know, it's not for me. I need a full size, at least the Win Max 2's keyboard size.
Well, yeah, this was like a just like a big BlackBerry keyboard or something.
Yeah, which I guess you're supposed to use your thumbs with it, and that's how you do it. But I don't know, man. Like, you're not going to be typing your college thesis on there.
I don't think that's really what that's like geared towards, though.
Yeah, I agree.
Well, yeah, it's just there to, I guess, probably to play, I don't know, like Zork or something, you know, some interactive
Or if you
fiction.
need to do like some typing on the go, but keep in mind, like, this is going to be powerful enough to be able to dock it and work as like your main PC too.
It's true. Yeah, once you
So
dock
there's
it,
that.
then
Yeah.
there is that use case, which is cool. So I'm not trying to throw shade on it, really. I'm just saying, I think it's not for me, and I'm not gonna be reviewing it unless one of these outlets happens to send it our way. Then I'm like, all right, maybe. But it's neither here nor there. I like that it's small. It's one I'm still semi hyped on. I still want to at least try it out.
If they can fix the heating issues, I think it's going to be pretty good. But I
If they can
think
fix the heating issues, yeah.
Yeah, another problem is I'm pretty sure they're capping it at like 15 watt TDP because of the heating issues. So yeah, I don't know how much that 7840U is going to matter that much when you're trying to use it as a handheld. Maybe if you have it docked when you're not really going to be dealing with the heat and you can just crank up the power, but I don't know how they're going to work with that.
Why not give us a cheaper chipset if you're going to limit the power on it? Bring the whole price down and the heat while you're at it.
Well, to play devil's advocate, the 7840U, as far as I understand, is still more efficient than the 6800U. So even though you can't crank it up all the way, it should still be a little bit more efficient and run things a little bit better. 18 watt.
Well, are you thinking
18
like
watt.
more like a Ryzen 3 versus a Ryzen 7 kind of thing?
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking. It's like you're not going to be able to get like the full power of the chip because you can't crank it up as high, but it is still more efficient. So at the same power, it should still run things better than the previous chip. In this case, the 1600U. But I guess you would have to wait and see like full comparisons if that's really going to be the case.
Yeah, it starts to feel at some point like just maxing out the specs and just giving every device the most power is the only thing that sells devices, because then everybody's just gonna complain that the performance isn't enough.
Yep.
Exactly. Yep.
And then they complain
That's
because
why
you get a 1 hour battery life.
yeah.
Yeah.
I like my favorite kind of gaming on handheld gaming PCs is just indie games and low spec games and older games and just squeezing the most game time out of the battery. It's like it's like a meta game with these things.
Yep. Those are mostly the games I end up going back to as well. Like I'll play a big game, but chances are I'm going to play it once, and that's probably going to be it. I'm likely not going to go back to it too much unless it's like Skyrim. I'll go back to Skyrim, but for most of the time I'll just grab it and play Hades or Celeste or something like that.
Yeah, low.
They need to make a handheld that is like maximum Skyrim efficiency.
Oh,
Like the perfect Skyrim handheld.
This might turn into that.
The Odin 2.
Oh yeah.
Aw,
I don't know
I
how well
missed
the
it already.
Skyrim version. I don't know how well the Skyrim version, like the Switch version of Skyrim, would run on this. But now I know what I have to try.
Fair. Azil, I
Well,
like
maybe you'd be able to get Skyrim running on that Windows on Android thing that's in the docket.
It could be. I think they already have Oblivion working, which I mean, I'll take
that'd be
Oblivion.
crazy.
That's fine. Yeah, I mean, I can go either way. I can take Oblivion or Skyrim. I think Oblivion is actually in a lot of ways a better game than Skyrim if you like RPGs. But I'll
Fair.
take either one.
Yeah, didn't they get Fallout running on that?
Yes,
I think I saw that on ETA Prime's video.
I think Fallout 3.
Yeah.
One of those, which those are great games. Those are some of the few long games that I'll actually go back to and play, just because you can have a different playthrough every time, and that's fun.
Oh, they're the games that never end. You just play them forever.
I'm still
Yep.
trying to beat Skyrim, 11 years later.
You don't really beat Skyrim.
No,
you
you
just
just
you end up getting mods. That's all you do.
keep playing it.
Yeah, you keep playing it and then you just mod it. And now they have a Sky Oblivion. Well, I will say coming. Eventually, we're gonna get Sky Oblivion. I hope, but
I saw that project.
Yeah.
That is so cool.
that's
can't
gonna be
wait to
another 400
experience
hours
it.
of my life.
That'll be another of the. I'll believe it when I can actually start it up on my computer.
I know,
kind of
but there's
computer do you
a
have?
rumor. Oh, sorry.
You continue.
Okay, I was just gonna say there's a rumor that they might be remastering Oblivion anyway.
Oh,
like
God.
Bethesda.
Didn't they already do that?
No, like I think they were saying like not next gen, but like current like graphic wise, just like basically remake the whole game because we're not gonna see Elder Scrolls 6 for a while.
So they'll call it the extra special edition.
Of course, like Skyrim.
Extra special. Well, I gotta say, I'm already kind of bored of Starfield.
Yeah,
Just
that didn't take long.
yeah.
They
They
hyped it
didn't.
up too much and they didn't really deliver. But that's a Bethesda game though. Like it doesn't really get good until like 6 months later when the game's been out
Right.
and people mod it and there's
Yep.
more fun things to do.
Yep, exactly. I think in the end it'll be a good game, but
Mhm.
I mean it is a good game. Don't get me wrong. It's just like, well, I kind of feel like playing Fallout 4 now.
I mean, it's a Bethesda game, so we're gonna see it at least for the next 10 years get reported to everything.
Mhm.
It'll have time to grow.
Yeah, it will. Well, if we move along on our next thing here, you guys see that Analog Pocket's releasing another colorway instead of shipping all their current ones to backers. Russ was big mad about it, and he actually almost said a swear on the internet about it. He's like,
Rusted?
yeah,
TechDweeb, how
Oh my
could you?
gosh.
yeah. He's like, FFS for F's sake. why aren't you why are you not shipping the backers? Why are you just making more colorways and making e-waste and harming the planet? Or he didn't say all that, but that's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm inferring from this. October 16th, we get something at 8 a.m. Pacific.
Yeah, you put this as Analog Pocket being dumb in the show notes. I didn't know what I did. I wanted to look it up. I didn't know what to look for.
Yeah, well, I mean, they're just.
How we do.
Yeah, I had an Analog Pocket for a little while. I wasn't huge on it for the battery life and the ergonomics of it, but it's cool looking and the screen is freaking gorgeous. I kind of wanted one of those green colorways, but the bots and everybody picked them up way too fast, so I missed out on it. So what is this? Is this like a yellow colorway? Because I mean, yellow's coming in styles. You can see. This guy gets it up there.
They never do orange. That's the problem.
Isn't one of the like
Jerks.
transparent color waves orange?
Yeah.
Or
They did- right.
transparent orange is just brown. Come on.
That's
Yeah.
true. That's true.
We want
That's true.
real orange. We want RGB 20S kitty orange.
Yeah.
Well,
You can just
good.
get a powkiddy. I mean, this is kind of what they do, though. This is their strategy to keep their products expensive. Is we're going to do a limited release, and then people are going to want to get it, and they're going to be willing to wait a long time, and then they're going to move on to something else.
Yeah.
Even though they don't have
Yeah.
to, they could totally make more. But it's like the Miyoo Mini thing.
I think this is the only actually orange handheld that I have.
You need an RGB Max 10.
You do.
Oh yeah, that one is. Yeah, I never
Yeah.
got that. That was before I started YouTube. That came
When
out,
did you
so
start?
Beautiful handheld.
I think it was before. I've been doing this like 2 years, around there.
2 years. Oh man.
Yeah.
So you're almost what? You're almost 18. You're almost out of the house. What are you gonna do?
I don't know. Do I have to leave?
No, I mean, you're my son. Like you can stay in the house as long as you want. So,
Well, I think you just answered your own question there.
well, I mean, you can only stay on the health insurance, of course, till you're 26. Might have to get a job. I don't
Okay.
know.
Well, you got money.
Oh, that's true.
Doesn't Canada have free health insurance?
Oh
Well,
yeah.
yeah, but
Damn
you
it.
gotta wait. You gotta wait in line in the cold to get in. So
It's better than dying.
That's also
yeah, that's what they say. I
I
don't know.
guess, yeah. Guess it depends on what from.
I haven't died that many times in real life. Anyways,
I think I would-
so
You just
You guys-
slope
you
right
guys-
past that.
know that the Snapdragon 8 Gen 3 is coming out. So the third gen, and apparently it's going to be way more power efficient, which the only reason I'm even excited about this is the fact that Odin 3. Are we going to
Oh,
get this in the
yeah.
Odin 3? Because the Odin 2 is already dang power efficient, good battery life, best performance. We're at the point where performance is outpacing the emulator's abilities to emulate. So I'm excited for even longer battery life and more performance. Give us all the things. This is coming out apparently, or it's unveiling on the 24th. So stay tuned for that. We'll be talking
pretty
about
excited.
it. Yeah, I've been sleeping on these chips because it's like we're never going to see these in our hobby, in our handhelds. And then this year we have the most modern chip put into a handheld. So like the two worlds collided, and here we are, where we're a mixture of these modern bleeding edge tech mixed with our retro gaming stuff, and it's a whatever you call it, it's meshed together.
Well, companies are starting to see the value of this. I guess we can't really call it a hobby anymore.
No, it's
because
more of a
it's
it's a
grown
sickness.
too much, and yeah, it's a sickness for
it's
all
an
of
industry.
us. Yeah, it's an industry.
Ooh, red
But-
magic.
Wait, my hand was talking here. Is this how we're gonna do this now?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, we're talking.
Yeah, well, we get like the latest chip on a handheld, and out of nowhere now it's not the latest anymore. Like that's come on, let us have something. But it is pretty exciting, and like you said, at this point we have more power than we have emulators, so that's exciting at least. I want to try Windows on it, and maybe with that Linux port, it should be able to run some pretty good things. Because I was looking at some benchmarks, and it looks like it's not even, but it's pretty close to that M1 chip from Apple. And we've been saying for a long time now that it'd be crazy if somebody actually put that in a handheld. And I mean, the 8 Gen 2 is pretty close to that already.
Raven.
Yeah, that's what we need. You know, as the power goes up, like we're really hitting the limits of what Android software development is gonna let us have on these things. You know, like the Android gamers are gonna love this. You know, they'll get the latest Call of Duty, whatever, the racing Need for Speed thing or whatever. But yeah, if we could get that Windows emulation going on there and be able to run like our Windows emulators in Android environment, like that's the evolution that we need on the software side, I think, because all this stuff is already made, right? All the x86 software, it's already out there. It's sort of like what Steam did with Proton. We need a Steam to just take the reins and build this for us.
Yeah, and looking at the Switch, I feel like it wouldn't even really be that hard to get those games running on ARM because they're already doing it with the Switch. Like at some point, a lot of devs have to realize like, hey, there's a massive Android market. It's not all about just like the Apple Store. So maybe get some games on this side. Because I'm pretty sure a lot of like these indie devs, if they actually went to the Android side and they kept the prices reasonable, because on Android, unfortunately, you have a massive problem of people just downloading the games. Their game sales will go through the roof because they can get it to run. And the Switch is a clear indication of that.
Could I just derail the conversation for a moment? Somebody in the chat, Crimson Cupcake, said, I want TechDweeb's plushie. This right here is a kindness monster. And if you Google kindness monster pattern, it's free. You could download the pattern. And if you know someone who knits, like my mom, they'll just make it for you. If you just say, here's a pattern, make this for me, they'll just do it. That's what happened for me. Yeah, thanks.
I knitted it for him.
Yeah, and I needed the hat redone because the hat wasn't striped the way I wanted, and so thanks for redoing that a couple times until you got it right.
I was gonna say I love that the hat matches the shirt.
Yeah, it had to. The first 3 revisions didn't, and I almost threw it in. I almost threw it out the window, but you got there at the end.
I'm you know what I'm proud of that. It's one of my best knits, I'd say.
Yeah.
God. Okay.
Anyways, WinLater 2.0 arrives. So I'm new to this one. I just kind of started looking up a bit about it. I watched ETA Prime's video, and actually the video we were going to show today is from our community member. We shared his Pocket Air video on the last stream. I'm embarrassed to say that I forgot the name of the YouTube channel already.
Hyperfix?
Hyperfixed, yep.
Not Hyperfixed.
No,
it was our previous.
Was it? Oh gosh.
I need to go look. I'll come back to the name, but anyways, he's showing,
For the next.
For the next, yes, that's what it was. For the next. So on the For the Next YouTube channel, I believe linked in our description as well, you can see how WinLater is running here, and ETA Prime again has a video. So this is a Windows emulator that lets you, through Wine emulation, you can run games directly on an Android device, which is crazy. So people are running there. You saw Stardew Valley. ETA was running Morrowind, and I saw people on Reddit even able to get Steam running in a very basic way.
Yeah. On version 2, somebody was running Shadow of the Tomb Raider.
Well, yeah, that's freaking crazy.
Yeah.
So
that's what I'm saying. This is where our high end emulation on Android is going to come from. I think this is my prediction.
Yep.
But there's a controversy over this version 2. Is that what you wanted to talk about?
Yeah.
You saw that it was taken down, right?
No, I didn't see that, so I'm actually behind on that. What happened?
Oh, okay. It was in Mr. Sujado's video.
Mhm.
And in his typical all stuff and no fluff manner, he explained to us that, is it up now?
Yeah, I think it's back.
Now it's back.
Oh, okay. Yeah. There was like this thing where people were saying like it was giving like virus flags, the old version, and then the new version it went up and then it went down, and there was no there was no communication about it. So people were thinking, oh, there might have been something shady going on there. But I mean, I'm not here to spread rumors. If it's up and it's working, and then I'm happy.
Yeah, I think he covered it in an I don't know if it's the same video or not, but they were
What's-
saying how it was they checked it and it looks like they were like false flags. So
That's
it's
not
safe.
surprising.
Flags. Is this
Yeah.
the
That happens a
military?
lot, though.
What are we doing?
Yes. Canadian Armed Forces.
RAF,
No, but
baby.
like here's the thing, like if we're ever gonna get PS3 emulation, Xbox emulation, anything like that working on Android, it's probably gonna be through this. And that's pretty exciting, especially now that we have a chip that in theory should be powerful enough to do it. Because I think the Agent 2 is actually, Rob, I don't know if you might know this more a little bit better than me, but it's more powerful than the CPU in the Steam Deck, right?
Which chip are we talking about?
Agent 2.
I'd have to look at
It's
the
not
numbers.
apples to apples, but yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the raw power of the 8 Gen 2, I'd say probably not still.
Okay, yeah, I was trying to look into something like that, but it should be powerful enough to at least give us some games if they can get like WinLater working properly with one of those emulators. I think Azil tried it and he said that it just kept crashing. So I mean, in
Okay.
theory, it might be possible. We just
Oh,
it
yeah,
still needs to
it's
be
such
developed a lot more.
it's such early days right now, right?
Mhm.
This is like the early days of wine when it seemed like, oh, that's interesting and theoretically that could be really cool, but like who knows what'll happen with that? And like look at the Steam Deck now,
Yep.
The problem is we need developers with the resources to do it. Valve had
Yep.
the developers with the resources to do it, So
Mhm.
yeah, it could take quite a while for the community to give us what we deserve.
Yep. I
And
mean,
hey,
Valve
Meredith,
kind of showed what is possible when a company actually puts money behind wanting to do something like this. Because, I mean, they pretty much made gaming on Linux a viable option. So we need them to do it for Android or somebody.
Yeah.
Definitely not going to be Valve.
Yeah, not just putting money behind it, but like doing it for the ability to make money. If
course.
somehow, yeah, maybe when it gets far enough along, Steam will be like, oh, hey, we could sell our Steam games to people who have Android phones. That would be cool.
I'm pretty sure somebody at some point is going to realize how much money is being left on the table with Android gaming. Because I know they
I'm
make a lot from
honestly
like
still so surprised that we're not seeing more ports.
yeah.
Because
it's going to
Yeah.
happen. 2024 is the year we're going to see this
I think the
WinLater
biggest
situation
issue is that
go crazy.
people pirate the games, and that's the biggest
Yeah.
problem with
Well,
Android
that's the
gaming.
thing. Piracy is an availability problem. Like if you make it easy for people to get it and it's not insanely expensive, people are gonna get it. They're not gonna want to go through the hassle of going to like these shady websites or trying to track something down and working on settings and just trying to make it work when they could just go on the Play Store and download it. If that's an option.
the other thing too. People are expecting to pay $10 or less for these games that are AAA games, and that's partly why I think developers don't want to even bother with it, because there's no money to be made.
Yeah, it's an ecosystem problem. It's a
100%.
like
Yep.
yeah.
My issue is that the Play Store is just regularly breaking the ability to get some of these games. One update, it'll be fine, and then you update to the next version of Android.
You wouldn't download an Aish.
I would, but that's
It
not.
would actually.
Oh,
I mean, I'll put the file up. So you got a 3D printer, right?
Yeah, I
I
can
do.
print it.
There you go.
As long as it's close to the real thing, I'm fine with
Yeah,
that.
give me a model of your head. I'll print it.
We'll work on it. But somebody's gonna have to try it though. Here's the thing: like, I get it, it's a price issue, right? But how often do we see these indie games go for $5 or less on like Steam or the eShop? Like, they could put some of these lighter games first to kind of test it out and get people used to it, and put them out on Android, and just kind of get people in that mood of, okay, you know what, I can buy these games here now and slowly up the prices. I don't think we're going to see AAA games like Apple's doing with Resident Evil 4, but at least, somebody's going to get the ball rolling. Because if not, the community is just going to keep making Android ports like they did with Risk of Rain and Hollow Knight, and I forget, there's a bunch of games like that.
Yeah. So part of me feels like we need we need a really popular Android gaming handheld, because it's still a pretty niche thing. The Steam Deck was like the thing that came along that was a product that had Linux on it, and there was this big push for it just because of that.
Yeah.
So yeah, but maybe the product that the world needs just doesn't exist yet to get the masses on board. And open their wallets for these games that'll give them a good experience versus their cell phone or whatever.
Who would be a good candidate for this? Xbox. Microsoft making an Android handheld, because they already have Game Pass for Android and it's working, and they could if they made an actual like Android handheld and they could port games natively to it, like the lighter indie games, and just rely on Game Pass, that would probably open the door for it. That's kind of the only big company I can think about that would actually be able to pull off something like that. Because the other Android handhelds, like mainstream handhelds that they've tried to make, just haven't worked. There's always something wrong with them, or they're too expensive and underpowered, like the G Cloud. As much as I love it, Rob, sorry, it's just, we got to be honest about it.
Yeah, they don't have that platform behind it. Right, like the G Cloud, it didn't have like a Steam storefront or whatever, and it wasn't put out by the storefront maker. It's kind of the only way it works is if they'll put the development time into it, if they can profit from it in the long term.
Yep, but if something like this could go mainstream, that would be amazing. I would love to say, oh, AYN is going to do it, but they're not. They're just not big enough for something like that. But if they can make something like this, starting at $299, for sure somebody like Microsoft or some other bigger company would be able to do this. Nintendo's never going to do it, so because they're like Apple, they want people to just play Nintendo games on Nintendo, and that's it.
Yeah, of course.
But somebody at some point should. I'm not saying it's going to happen because I don't know. I mean, it might never, but somebody should at some point do it and just bring it mainstream. There's too much power in these chips, and things are getting too good to not be able to get the most out of them.
Yeah, too much power and efficiency. Yeah, if a company did it, it would just be next level. But yeah, who knows?
Efficiency wise, yeah, because this thing is ridiculous with like how efficient it is for the amount of power it has.
Yeah. But like, who knows? Like, maybe if this Windows emulation side really does become a thing, we won't even need to worry about the whole ports thing or which storefront or whatever. We'll just be able to buy our games on Steam and play them on our phones. Would that be? Would that be the world you want to live in?
What makes Switch emulation so exciting, because it's the same idea. A lot of games that really could be on the Android platform. Well, we sort of have a way now to enjoy it on a Android device.
And I've been testing a lot of Switch games, and I'm amazed how well a lot of them are working on the Odin already, or even some most high-end phones with the Snapdragon 8 Gen 2 are going to be able to run it. And some games that are, some of the bigger games aren't quite playable yet, but you can tell it's just because the emulator is not there yet. So that just keeps, I feel like I'm repeating myself too much, but yeah, somebody needs to just do it. It's already, they're doing it already, and this is going out for free. So if one of these companies wants to go ahead and do it and make it easy for all of us, I don't think the majority of people would mind paying a couple bucks for those games, because we're already doing it on Steam and on the eShop anyway.
Yeah, we're gonna get there eventually. We just need a company to blaze the trail and plant their flag so that they could be the one to make money off it, instead of just Steam taking all the money, because that's where all our games are.
And Seriously. It can't be Apple.
Yeah.
Apple already kind of does it. That's the thing, though. Like on the Apple Store, there's a bunch of games that are exclusive to the, what's it called? It's not Apple Arcade anymore, is it?
Arcade. It's
still Apple.
Still Apple Arcade. Yeah,
that one. They have a lot of ports that we're just not getting in like game development. But Apple's like Nintendo. They're close to their ecosystem, so we just need somebody to do it for Android now.
Hey, at least
Who's going to
they're-
be our hero?
At least they're finally giving some of them up, like Horizon Chase 2.
Yeah.
Finally on PC.
But but see, they're still holding the Android version, which is so annoying. They basically we're not going to be seeing a lot of Android versions of Apple Arcade games because there's probably something in the agreement for that.
Oh,
Yeah.
likely.
I mean, they're
Well-
getting Resident Evil 4 remake. That's crazy that you're going to be able to play that game on an iPhone.
The thing is, it can handle it. You know.
That's
there's enough power there to do it. Yeah, it's kind of cool.
M1 and M2 chips. Any Apple devices that have those in it can play Resident Evil Village and 4 remake. And like I said, just going off benchmarks, the 8 Gen 2 and now the upcoming 8 Gen 3 aren't far off from that.
How hot is it, Stubbs?
88.5 degrees. I mean, I
Man,
think I'm within like the safe limits of the human body temperature, but I'm not sure. I just was sorry, guys. No.
So the audience, they're getting a little behind the scenes because like this is what you guys are doing. You know, when you're doing the podcast, they see your face, but they don't realize you're playing with toys and
We are,
measuring
yeah.
the temperature of things.
Yeah, actually, in Raven, I wanted to point out too. Raven Mage made me this drawing, and he mailed it to
Oh,
my
wow.
house. 2 stubs from Raven Mage. Here he is shooting Godzilla in the peen there. These his friends. There's like a pizza or Mr. Driller. I'm not sure what's happening there. A little manhole.
That's a driller for sure.
That's a driller,
That's
and he's
kinda random.
got some tanks. It's got his. Apparently, it's an RPG, but it's the gun RPG, not the game style. And then we have a helicopter. He's so angry. Oh! I didn't never notice this guy before. And there's that guy's gonna come get him. So we kept this on our
he's the
family
hero
fridge.
right there.
It's true. It also says Snatcher right there. So
Mysterious.
we have this in the fridge for some months. Now it lives in my office.
Yeah, the pictures get to live in there.
Yeah, well, I have a lot of children, and Raven is one of my favorites, of course, and TechDweeb, of course. So we try to highlight all the kids' artwork on the fridge. Well,
Yeah,
the last
some more than others. I've noticed.
I'm
Not
sorry,
that I'm complaining, but it'd be nice if you tried to make it a little more equal. Just say it.
Well, that's fair. We'll talk about it. But
Parents
last
have
little
favorites.
It's not true.
I tried to bring it up at the last family. I tried to bring it up at the last family meeting, but you guys just talked over me. So
Sorry about that.
You guys went back to Montana?
Yeah, that's
Aw.
where we're filming. So we got the bunker going. You know that better than anybody. We locked you in there during the hazing period. Sorry, I know. I'm not allowed to talk about that. Sorry. Anyways, last little bit of news I had for you all is Best Buy apparently is going to stop selling physical media in 2024. Did you hear about this?
No, I didn't because you didn't put it on the show notes.
Sorry, I'm a big jerk. We added this last minute.
Yeah, that was also my fault.
We need the
sorry.
banner.
fault.
We need the banner.
Let's do we got to run the banner. We got it for who messed up. Yeah, Stubbs, that's me.
I mean, you could just blame ban. That's what I do automatically.
Yeah, I know. I don't have one for ban yet. Actually, I've subscribed for more.
Yes, for me, subscribe for more for my sake.
Yes.
For
Just
ban's
assume
sake.
that anytime the
Like
banner
ban.
plays its banners, it's his band's fault.
Oh.
iPadable.
So no more Switch games from Best Buy then.
Nope. The deals are done.
I feel like we're not gonna have any more physical games from Nintendo anyway.
We don't need it. I've been digital only for I don't know how many years now. I like the tactile experience of collecting games sometimes, but dude, I don't know. Everything's downloadable.
It's funny because I used to be so big on physical media, and now almost like 99% digital. It's just
You can just have your house so much cleaner, without all the.
it's less crap. Yeah, it's less crap
with
to
less
move
crap.
around. And, yeah,
Well,
I prefer-
physical media now is a shell of what it once was.
Mhm.
Oh, yeah.
how you'd get so much stuff. You'd open it up. Oh, I mean, oh man, I miss those days. You get like a, I don't know, the Skyrim on the Xbox 360, and you'd open up that box and hear the plastic crack. And you'd shove your face in that box and breathe it in. Pull out the manual.
So good.
And the manual had pictures in it, and you'd read through the manual to tell you how to do your attacks, and oh, welcome to the world or whatever. And then there'd be like a map. And then there'd be like another like thing, like, oh, check out our other games. And it's like this whole little thing. And you'd do it in the car on the way home when your mom was driving you from picking up the game.
Oh, that's awesome. Going to GameStop or EV Games and buying like 10 games for like $5 because they were on clearance.
Oh,
Getting
yeah.
like horrible games sometimes, but at least they're like $2 or $3. So you can get a bunch of them and just try them out. We're not going to have that anymore.
Back when just like the fact that it is a game was enough to make you happy about it.
Yeah, those were good times. See, I'm digital too. Like I prefer digital media because it's just more convenient. But the problem is now we're pretty much subject to whatever price the actual like companies want to charge for them.
Yeah.
Whatever sales they want to give us, and as long as like they want to keep porting stuff over on their shops, like somebody in the comments just said it, like it's all great until Nintendo closes down the eShop and you can't get your virtual console games anymore. Like
that's the thing. Nintendo is showing us the dark side of this future.
Yeah. And Sony did it too with the PSP shop and the PS Vita shop and the PS3 shop, and like it's gonna happen to everybody. It's just, I guess Nintendo's the one that got the most backlash for it, but it's gonna happen to all of these older eShops. Microsoft is probably the best one at it, but even with them, like not all games are available for the Xbox 360.
Yeah, and they easily could do it too, which is the frustrating thing.
Exactly. Yeah. Like they have the storage for it. Like, and it's not like it's gonna take up any space for them. Just put the button there and let us download it. It's not crazy, but it's not in their best interest either. Like they want to sell you the new game. They want to sell you the latest like GameCube port or the Xbox 360 remaster, like with Red Dead. They want to sell you the latest version for $50 or $60, even though you can still get the 360 version for like $10. Like that's what they want to do.
Yeah. And with DRM and stuff, you know, coming to like Switch games, it's just like the idea of preservation is it's under threat, and that's
it's true.
I wouldn't say it's a problem because like whatever, it's just a game we can't play, big deal. But you know, I'm going to support the companies that give us lifelong access to all the stuff that we bought more than anybody else.
See, that's kind of where I would disagree a little bit with it. Like, oh, it's just a game we can't play anymore. Like, that's somebody like poured hours, if not years, of their life into that, and like some people make memories off of that game. Like, take for example, like SpongeBob SquarePants, like Battle for Bikini Bottom. That's not a good game. It's not. But people have like memories of that game. So if it wasn't available for a lot of people to even just boot up and kind of get that little flash of nostalgia, that would suck. Because that's something from your childhood that's gone now, and you can't really get it anymore. Not that game isn't like that. You can still get that game, but it's just an example. Like that's going to happen to a lot of people. And if there's DRM for all these games, then you can't get them even with less than legal means anyway.
Yeah, Nintendo has kind of shown us that they'd rather us not have the games than have them.
Right.
Exactly.
Even if they're not selling them, like I don't know. I don't know how much I trust Nintendo.
Yeah. Or you have to pay a monthly fee to be able to access your old Super Nintendo games. And you can only do it in whatever settings they want. Yeah.
And the existence of physical media was kind of our only way to combat that. And it'll be gone soon. I don't doubt it.
Memories. Oh. Well, should we change up the vibe a little bit? How about we meet this?
Yeah, I'm kind of sad now.
It'll be all right. I'll tuck you in. I'll give you a little extra oat milk tonight. Do you like oat milk? Oh.
I do actually. Yeah,
I mean,
especially
too. I love
chocolate oat milk.
Oh, it's so good.
It's all about almond milk.
Oat milk's where it's at, man. Dude, oats.
Almond milk.
I'll take chocolate almond milk.
Yeah, chocolate.
Generic
almond milk,
store almond milk, like Great Value or First Street, is better than most of the national brands.
Go out to a farm, milk an oat, and you tell me what tastes better.
Milk an almond.
Milk and you can't milk. Well, you can squeeze an almond for milk. Oats come from horses,
You can milk a goat,
and you
not
can
an
milk
oat.
a horse.
Oh,
He wasn't ready for
Wait.
that.
Um,
I was not ready for that one.
sorry about
Yeah.
that one, everybody. So we got TechDweeb as our guest today, and
Yeah,
let's
I'm
get
going to take over the podcast at this point. Welcome everybody to the exciting thing I have planned for you, which is called TechDweeb's retro question thing. So here's yeah. Oh, thank you. Yes. So here's the deal. I'm just gonna ask you some questions. In my Discord, I do a question of the day because my Discord is the best Discord, and the people in my Discord, just hold your comments, please.
Okay.
So and we talk a lot about retro games and our favorite games and which is our gaming memories, all this kind of stuff. So I thought I would give you guys my special guests some of my favorite questions that I've asked, and you can all take turns answering it, and then we'll move on. I got 5 of them. All right.
Okay.
All right, here we go. First one coming right up. First question. What is the first game that you remember being obsessed with? And I underlined obsessed because that's the important part of this question. I don't have the thumbnails on my screen anymore. I was going to say we could go clockwise, but why do we? Let's start at the top. Stubbs, what is the first game you remember being obsessed with?
Obsessed with, huh? Oh, like I pull out a game guide and I go through everything. I think Tomb Raider 2, actually.
Oh,
I remember
on the PlayStation.
On the PS1, yeah. Like I went out and bought one of those Prima guides for it because I wanted to know where all the secrets were. I wanted to make sure I 100%ed it back in 1997 or whatever. And yeah, I loved that game through and through. The graphics were crazy for the time, and it was fun puzzles.
Yeah, good answer. All right, Ben, do you have an answer for us?
The first game that I was obsessed with, some people might have heard me say this before, ATV Off-Road Fury for the PlayStation 2. If there was an hour counter for that one, there'd be too many hours of just messing around and trying to glitch through basically everything in that game in free play mode.
All right, I've never played that one. Maybe I should add that to my to playlist. Does it
It's
play good on
not-
handhelds?
It does play good on handhelds. It's not a good game, but there's also 4 of them.
Oh, all right. Rob, do you have an answer for us?
I do, and the first game I was obsessed with would be Super Mario Brothers for NES. That's definitely my earliest and fondest memory, and
Ooh.
probably a game that I was very much obsessed with back in the day. I'm terrible at it today, but that's okay.
Okay.
But I think that and even Mario Brothers 3 would be another one that I definitely distinctly remember playing over and over again, going through all the levels, trying to find all the secrets. Just, yeah, definitely
Yeah,
enjoy
man.
those.
Amanod. Okay. Oh, by the way, I want to see some answers in the chat too, for the viewers at home. Let's hear the answers to the question from you. Aish, what do you got for us?
First game I was like seriously obsessed with was Pokemon Blue. I wanted to get Red, but they didn't have it at the store when we went, so I got Pokemon Blue, and I was obsessed with doing everything possible in that game, like evolving my own Magikarp into a Gyarados, beating everything, getting everything to like a level 100. Just hours, and I don't know how many batteries went into that game. On the original Game Boy, yeah.
Tasty.
All right. But my answer, by the way, is Super Mario World for the Super Nintendo. I've been obsessed with lots of games, but at the time when that came out and I got the Super Nintendo, like I was a Nintendo Power kid, and that was just like I was so crazy about that game. I used to draw pictures of Mario. I just lived, ate, breathed, and slept that game. It was all I could think about for a good year of my life, I think. All right, good answers.
Fantastic.
Thank you. Let's keep this train rolling.
Okay.
Number 2. What is a game that you remember buying and then regretting? A disappointing game. All right. If anyone wants to jump in, if you have your answers, otherwise I'll pick randomly from the class.
Oh, I remember one now.
All
Dragon Age 2.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. I was
Yeah,
really hyped for that game. Like I wanted to love it, and it just never clicked for me. And I was surprised because it seemed like it was gonna be like right up my alley. But no, I gave it a good
Really?
10, 15 hours, and I just couldn't get into it.
I still got to beat it too. Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah. It was a lot smaller in scope than the first one.
Mhm. It wasn't a bad game. It was one that I was really hyped for. Like I was really excited to get that game, and then I got it, and I don't know. Maybe I need to try and replay it, but that's one of the only games I feel that just it was a letdown for me because of that, because of how excited I was for it.
Yeah. I don't like that you couldn't be a dwarf in that game. They just made you be a human.
Okay, just to clarify again for chat, not a bad game. It's just one that I was really hyped for, and the question was disappointed with. I regret it.
Yeah. Yeah, that's
Maybe
fair.
I'm different.
Yeah. Don't give Aish a hard time for his experiences.
We cannot judge. We can't judge.
All right. Who's next? Who has an answer for this one?
I mean,
I'm
I like
gonna
the
go with
start.
Enter the Matrix.
Oh,
I distinctly remember seeing the movie and then going to pick up the game and bringing it home and just being thoroughly disappointed. It was not good. Nothing was good about that day.
Yeah,
trying to
yeah.
remember.
That franchise had such potential, and it
I
was just
know,
never realized
seriously.
in video
It
game
really
form.
did.
Yeah.
Now the Path of Neo was much better for sure, but
Yeah.
no, Enter the Matrix was not good.
I remember liking one of them. I can't remember which one it was. It was on the PC though. It's probably Path of Neo.
It might have been Path of Neo. Yeah.
Never played those games.
The best Matrix
Oh.
game is the Unreal 5 demo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Running on the
Yeah.
new Switch.
Oh,
All right. Well, guys, let's stay on topic here. Stubbs, do you have an answer for us?
oh man, I could answer with a number of things. I don't know what comes to mind first. Do you guys remember those like Take-Two? I think it was called Take-Two Interactive. Early days for them. They were releasing these almost bargain bin games. One of them was called Grudge Master. It's like a car combat game for PS1. They also had Spec Ops.
I liked Spec Ops.
Like
It
the
was-
early. Have you played the early Spec Ops games though? Like the
I'm trying to think
Like
which
the
one I
first
played.
few.
It wasn't too bad. I mean, I knew what I was getting into with that one though, at least to be fair. So
yeah. They were just they got way better over the years. But starting out, it was like There's other ones too. I can't think of just one game. Oh, Captain Skyhawk for NES. Let's go with that. It looked really cool, like you'd fly jets, but then it was this like overhead view, and you couldn't maneuver your plane very well, and you'd crash. And I've never beaten the first level of Captain Skyhawk. Yeah,
All right.
Wish
I've
I-
never
wish
I've
I
never
would.
heard of that one. I should try it out. It
It's
sounds
not
terrible.
great. It's pretty bad. It's like a bad shmup. But I wish I would have spent my money on something else when I was a kid. I don't know, like drugs or something.
See, that's what
Yeah.
gets you. Like bad games, you know it's gonna be bad, so you're like, yeah, whatever. Like it doesn't matter. But when you pay full price for a game that you're really excited for, and then it's just not good, you're like, man, that's
Yeah, especially like in the
Oh,
80s
no.
and 90s.
yeah. Games were expensive back then.
I
Like you would
messed
have
up.
to beg for your parents to
Yeah,
like
for
get you
sure.
something, and then you get home and it's it's a letdown. Not that the game is bad. It's just
Okay,
it just
yeah.
wasn't
There
for
were a
you.
couple N64 games I distinctly remember like trading in tons of games for, coming home, and it was just like not good at all. I was so
Yeah.
sad.
Well, that's like
And
95% of the N64 catalog.
And I need to correct my statement. Captain Skyhawk isn't a bad game. I just was bad at it. Let's say that. So therefore,
So we're gonna just leave that statement alone.
All
make
right,
people
Rob,
mad.
what's your game?
Wait, what was the question?
The question. Hang on, let me get the graphic up. There you go. What is a game?
Hey, I gave my answer. It was Enter the Matrix.
yeah.
Oh,
He
I'm
didn't give
sorry.
his answer.
Oh, I
I see
forgot.
Ban has
your
one
answer.
prepared. I've played that game.
Oh, did I miss Ban? Okay, what do you got for us? Oh wait,
Just in general, the Ford racing series, I was young and confused, but I saved money up, got them, was sorely disappointed, and I just kind of felt like I don't know what I just did.
Are you trying to say you hate American cars?
Maybe. Maybe. I got rid of them so long ago, and then only recently did I try buying one again, and it was a bit too much money, but it was only $3.
Okay,
that's
see
not a good
that
sign.
that's
all
not
right.
that's not bad. When you pay like $3 for a game and it sucks, you're like, well, it's $3 for a reason. When you pay full price, that's different.
But that was I paid full price back then, and it hurt.
Oh man, life choices, man.
One
Yeah.
day.
My answer to this is Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde on the Nintendo.
Oh
So-
man, I
Yeah.
forgot about that game.
Yeah, that was a bad game.
Oh,
Yeah. So back then, like for the kids today, we didn't have internet back then, and we didn't
No.
know what games were good and which games were bad. Maybe you had a Nintendo Power, but then you're just listening to what Nintendo tells you. The game looked good from the box. It looked like a fun game, but there was this game rental place in the city near where our town was in North Ontario. And you could bring your old games there and sell them and leave with a new game. And I traded in like 3 games and came home with that game. Oh, man.
that was
Fair.
rough.
Yeah. All right. Moving along. Question number 3. What game that you loved hasn't gotten the remaster it deserves?
Oh, there's I think
It's too
Super
many.
Metroid.
Too many games.
Super Metroid.
All right.
I'm
Super
gonna have
Metroid. Good answer.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to agree with that one.
No agreeing. You have to have your own answer.
Oh,
Since
Be
I
an
see some Need
individual,
for
man.
Speed,
Oh.
I see some Need for Speed in the chat. How about the first Need for Speed Underground? I would love to see that one updated.
KOTOR is
Yeah.
getting a remake, so that doesn't count.
you know what? I miss Burnout remasters. I need
Burnout's the
good ones.
franchise I'd love to see come back as
Wow.
well. Just give us a remaster.
Burnout 3, please, and thank you.
Yeah, I was gonna say Burnout 3. That's gonna be your answer. I would love to see a remake of Twisted Metal 2.
Oh,
PS1.
Twisted Metal. Yeah, they just forgot about Twisted
They
Metal.
Well, they kept making the franchise darker and darker, and like I liked the comic look of the second one so much. That was such a unique title. It's so good in every way, and no one's ever thought to come back and try to do something with that. So David Jaffe, I know, is off to God of War and doing his Twisted Metal TV series, which is okay. But dude, Twisted Metal is at its best when it's cartoony violence, I think.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's better when it's silly.
Yeah.
Just somebody in the chat is saying KOTOR. I'm pretty sure that's getting a remake, isn't it?
It is. Yep,
Yeah.
it is.
All right. Did I get everyone who hasn't answered yet?
think we
Nobody.
all did.
All right. I'll give you mine then. My answer to this is you guys know Cannon Fodder. Cannon Fodder. Ringing a bell. It's an old computer game. It had
Yeah.
console ports. You're just a cursor. It's sort of like a real-time strategy game. You command these soldiers around and they move to where you clicked, and then you can use your other mouse button to shoot in a direction. It's such a fun little gameplay loop. It's so simple, and you only had 4 soldiers. It was like a real-time strategy, but you didn't really have armies or anything, just 4 little guys, and it had all this charm and fun stuff to it. I would love a 3D version of just the original Cannon Fodder. Oh man,
Oh, that sounds like
Fodder
fun.
is good. I got to shout
okay.
out.
Go ahead.
3D printed studio on Etsy. Highly recommend. He'll make these custom things for you. He made one that has Twisted Metal 2, Sweet Tooth, and it lights up with a fun little RGB. Well, support him. He's a cool seller. All right, sorry. Continue.
All right. Okay. So here we go. Question number 4, ladies and gentlemen. What is your younger self's greatest gaming accomplishment? So an accomplishment from your past that you were particularly proud of. If you need a minute to think, I had lots of time to think because I wrote the questions. I could start off if you want.
You start off.
That would be great. Yeah.
All right. Beating Super Mario Brothers on the original Nintendo. It was such a hard game, and I was so young when we first got the Nintendo, and I could never get very far. Even using the warp zones, I could never beat it. And then like later in life, when I was like a little better at games, like after we had our Super Nintendo, I went back and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna freaking beat this game. I never beat it before, and I conquered it.
Yes.
I think I even looked up like a strategy guide or something. Maybe one of my friends had one, and it listed all like the best, shortcuts through the game to get through it. Yeah.
Oh, that's the best. Yeah, you get that good feeling, especially when you're playing as an adult. The fact that you're still a kid, but the rest of us, you take your wins where you can get them.
Yeah, and now we got save states. Haha.
The right way to play.
And easy mode is always available from the start now.
Yeah.
No, they call it story
okay.
mode now.
That's true. They want to make us feel a little less bad about ourselves.
Yeah, just the story, please. That's the mode now.
I have a tie, so I can't really decide which one's more of an accomplishment.
I'll allow a tie. That's fine.
Okay. One is getting all the masks for Majora's Mask when I was a kid.
Ooh.
And the other one is beating Metal Slug on 1 coin.
What? Are you kidding me?
Yeah, I can't do it anymore, but that was like one of my greatest accomplishments is beating the whole thing of Metal Slug on an arcade machine with 1 coin.
Good job, Aish.
Wow.
I'm proud of you.
Wow.
Thank you.
There are gods among us.
Well, my answer is as a kid, I always wanted to try to beat Final Fantasy VIII, and I didn't because I was just a dumb kid. I couldn't stay focused on it. But as an adult, my wife and I went through with a strategy guide on GameFAQs and on PlayStation 5, played through 4 discs of this game? Yeah, 4 discs. We beat it. Didn't get 100% completion, but did really well. Got a bunch of achievements unlocked. And may have used some of the buffs that they give you in the remaster for this, like the fast forward and the max out your guardian forces or whatever. And that's neither here nor there. I'm still proud of that.
Have to.
Yeah, we did
the
it.
Better you get, because the better you are at that game, the harder the game gets.
It's true. And for once, I didn't just get side quested into doing triple triad card collecting for days on end. Actually played the game. But I like this, but triple triad's still the best part of this game. The storyline is. That's my answer.
All right. Well, the question was, what is your younger self's greatest accomplishment? But that was a good answer, so I'm going to allow it.
Oh no, sorry. Younger self. Okay, I have an answer for that too. Sorry. Younger self, best accomplishment when I was a young man, beating Mega Man 2 on a Saturday morning with my brother. Just sitting down, beating it from start to finish in, I don't know, a couple hours.
Oh, that's tough. I don't think I've ever beaten a Mega Man.
They're tough. Especially back then, we didn't have save states.
Mega Man 2 is hard.
Yeah, it was.
Oh yeah, it's insanely hard.
As a kid, I think Donkey Kong Country and Mega Man 2 was the two hardest games I ever played.
That's the one I was gonna pick. Donkey Kong Country was
Man,
gonna be
it's
mine.
such a hard game.
So
It is?
hard. I don't know how I
It
did
is.
that. I can't do it today. No way. I need save states now. But yeah, no, I remember that. Actually, all three of them. I love the Donkey Kong Country games back in the day. They're just such great games.
Yeah. You want to get mad at a game, like play that game without save states.
You should get Madden.
That game is so because it's designed to kill you so that you have to keep the game longer from Blockbuster.
Right?
Yeah,
It's all
that's
scam.
how they used to get you back
Yeah.
then. Did we get everybody's answer?
I think so.
Yes. Yes.
We get
Okay.
banned?
Moving along. Oh, did we get banned? Oh, I'm sorry. Did we miss someone?
Bad doesn't have accomplishments.
I
Yeah, goals. Endless goals. We talked
Hey,
about this, right,
At
Ben?
least
You li-
3 of them.
He's living in my house. That's an
Which,
accomplishment.
if you have 3, that means you have 4. We covered this.
Ah, shoot, you're right.
Yep.
You're not right. You're right.
It's
No,
the man paradox.
that's right. I think the greatest gaming accomplishment was just me as like a younger kid, just fully beating Super Mario Galaxy.
Ooh.
This is one of the only games I think I've actually 100% complete.
That's a worth it game. That's such a good game.
I love that game. Yeah,
It's-
it's great. It's one of my favorites on the Wii.
There's nothing quite like it, and the remaster on the Switch was just not great.
No, that game holds up. Like, even if you just play the Wii version, it still looks great.
It's honestly one of my go-to games when it comes to just even doing emulation testing and whatnot.
Yeah.
I love the Mario
Such a
Galaxy
good
games.
game.
Yeah.
It's a just
It
fun
didn't.
game.
It didn't need a remaster. It was perfect.
Yep.
Exactly. I agree.
Yeah, it was a
Uh,
great. It was a great set of games.
I know some people say Galaxy 2 is a better game, but I don't know. It's something about the magic of Galaxy 1. Just
Yeah.
it's
It
still
was nice.
better for
As-
me just because of
as-
that.
As someone who experienced both of them, Mario Galaxy is just easily the better experience to me.
I replayed it on my Wii U during COVID, and it was such a good time.
It was also like an impressive game at the time. You know?
Yeah.
Like
It
it was
really
the
was.
first 3D Mario we had in a while, and it used the Wii mode, and you could shoot the little star things, and yeah, it was unique in lots of ways.
It made you realize how bad Sunshine was.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, like I'm a Sunshine
Yeah.
fan. I love that game. But if you go from playing Sunshine and you try to play Super Mario Galaxy, you realize like, wow, Sunshine's kind of not that great.
And with it being one of the earlier Wii games, one of the things I missed was just these early discs for the games as well. Since they were all just like 3 colors, and that was it.
Nintendo always has like that one game on their system at least that just kind of shows everybody else like, okay, this is how you make a game. That's why they still got me. Like,
All right, moving along. Our final question, ladies and gentlemen, the last one. Are you ready? Yes, you are.
Yeah.
Here it comes. What is your desert island retro game? So this is the one retro game that you could just play forever and never get bored of. Or if you could only have one game for the rest of your life, what retro game would you choose?
how far back are we considering retro?
Yeah, that's
I've been pretty relaxed in my in the answers I've been accepting from you. So I'll leave that up to you. I consider retro games the era of like the first 3D systems and below.
Okay.
But you know, people don't like to hear that from me sometimes.
That's okay. I think
No, I think that's a
fair.
valid way of looking at it.
We say the year 2000, I think, and before. I think it was at least for
Oh,
our Games
okay.
of the Month Club. Which I don't know. You know, it's just before Dreamcast, basically. Dreamcast counts.
Yeah.
With the one game, only one game on one retro game.
One game for the rest of your life on a
I-
desert
It's
island.
Tetris. It's got to be Tetris.
Oh,
you-
You're gonna be entertained with that?
You beat me
I,
there.
I think a lot of us are gonna pick that. Even I saw that coming up in the chat too. Just Tetris.
Nope.
Tetris is great.
Star Ocean 2, man. Star Ocean 2. 84 different endings. Play RPG endlessly, man. You can. There's just so many different ways you can
Luminous
play
is
it.
a good choice. Oh man, that's a good choice. That's tough. Yeah.
That's a hard one.
Yeah, and I'm putting you on the spot too.
That
I'm
is a
sure
tough
the
one.
answer. I'm sure the answer you'd give in like 4 hours from now would be different than the answer you're gonna give in 4 seconds from now.
No, still Star Ocean 2.
Age of Empires 2.
Tetris.
Really?
DX.
Yep. I feel like because you have different ways of playing that game, and you can go about the campaign in different ways, or you just play the computer. So you can pick different civilizations. There's different ways you can go about it. Like Tetris is great; you can play Tetris forever, but there's just more you can do with something like Age of Empires. Ideally, too. Like I'd probably
That's
go
a
with
good
that one.
choice.
Yeah.
That's actually a really good choice, just because of like you were saying, like things could be different every time around. There's
Yeah.
so much strategy involved that it keeps you kind of compelled for much longer in that sense, I guess.
Yep.
Yeah.
Tetris is definitely a very addictive game, but I like Age of Empires. That's a really
Because you
good
can just
choice.
up the difficulty and try to go like against the computer, and it can be a challenge. Like that game gets hard.
Yeah.
Actually, I think I know the real answer here that everyone can agree with.
Oh God. Tiger Electronics.
The Sonic Underground Tiger Electronics handheld.
show the little mini game it has built into the game.
So there's a lever right here. I'm hoping I can catch it. There's just a little ball going around. Oh,
Is
It's
it
just
a physical ball?
it's
Oh,
a
there it
physical
is.
marble, and it's got
Wow.
Sonic's face right on it.
So it's got like a little crank.
Oh, yeah,
Oh,
it's the
great.
guitar pedal. The guitar's the D-pad. His foot is the spin dash. What else do you need?
Nothing.
This
You
was
need nothing.
the inspiration for the play date, I heard.
Oh yeah,
Playdate wishes.
that's why neither have a backlit screen.
Man, Chad made this one hard. Like I wanted to say Chrono Trigger or a Zelda game or something like that, but you got to look at it from longevity, man.
Yeah.
Stubbs, did you pick one?
What?
Ban? Did you pick one already?
Tetris DX.
Wait, do we get to do other things with the system that we're gonna play on this game on?
Sure. What
Okay,
do you
then
want-
I
what do you
win because I
want-
got
what do you want
a
it-
well, I got a computer if I'm playing Age of Empires too.
Oh,
But you
yeah.
only get one game.
But
You
it's
know,
like
Mike-
it's like a computer from that time, I guess.
Okay.
Well,
Yeah, you're not getting
Minecraft.
you're not getting like a modern Windows 11 laptop or anything with
Do you have any?
you can't
idea how
you're
much-
you're not going to game my game. You understand?
You know how much fun I had with Paint, Microsoft Paint?
Oh yeah. Yeah. Well, what about Mario Paint then?
Oh, that's right. Did you ever play Mario's Lost? What was it called? Is that what it's called?
What?
There's one where you had to
what-
find Mario like around the world.
Oh, where the Mario in Time one.
Yeah.
That one was okay.
Is that one of-
That's like an
It was
educational
like-
game.
There's also
It was like where
Oregon Trail.
Oregon Trail's great.
Oh, there's could be so many text adventures too that you could play.
Yeah. Zork.
Yeah. No, but I'm
I'm-
sticking with Age of Empires too.
That's a good answer. Yeah. I'm gonna go with a game that my longtime fans know this one's coming. I gotta go Burger Time on the Game Boy. I
Oh,
just
yeah.
freaking love that game.
Good game.
It's my happy place game. I can just no matter what's going on in my life, Burger Time is always the same world. It's always the same levels, same enemies, the same dumb enemies. They just do what I want. I just move around the level and I can predict them just like instantly. There's no surprises, and because of that, it kind of just like is like it's like a guilty pleasure, like a mindless thing I could just turn on to turn my brain off and just
No,
enjoy
it's
this
a really
game.
good game.
I love that.
It is, yeah. Yeah.
Super Meat Boy is. I try to make that my game, but I die.
I love
But it's
Super Meat
stressful.
Boy. But there's something about those old Game Boy games that they were so limited, but they had to get so creative to make the games fun.
Yeah, F1 race.
Yeah, so that's the end of my my segment, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for tuning in, and thank you for giving your answers. If you'd like this to be a regular thing every single week, we can make that happen as soon as Stubbs relinquishes the control of the podcast to me, and we'll see you again next week, I guess. Thank you.
Thank you for that, Dweeb. Yeah, I don't need the podcast anymore. It's just, I mean, I'll miss my friends though. I guess I don't need to be on it. Oh, I could still be on it.
You can still come.
Okay.
Yeah,
Oh,
you just
okay,
gotta.
okay.
Yeah, let me
Well,
run the show.
Oh, yeah. I mean, maybe less stress then. Yeah.
It's a
that sounds
it's a
good to me.
power thing for me.
Do you need to be powerful?
It's one of the things I get validation from. I have so
fair.
few.
I get that. That's
Like American Psycho?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Okay. I can see
like
that.
a wholesome retro game, American Psycho.
There you go.
So
Those words go together.
So are you? I know I'm not your real mom, by the way. Just want to let you know that. But are you locked in? Well, I don't know. Are you locked in your basement? Do your parents let you up into the house to make food or anything, or like what's the situation over there?
My mom usually brings food down, but yeah, I go upstairs. Me and mom, we have hobbies. She knits and I play games on the TV. We have our shows. Yeah, we
ever
go
go outside?
antique. We go antiquing. Yeah, we go antiquing. That's a thing we do. We collect unique vintage cups. That's like one of our things.
That's cool. Like those Batman and Robin cups from McDonald's in 1995 collection.
No, like old drinking glasses from the 70s or whatever. I don't have any
from the days of yore.
Yeah, like old silly old lady glasses, we call them.
That's fun.
Yeah, I have a whole collection of them. I really should have had one locked and loaded, especially because we're gonna get into the root beer soon.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and so I think we're kind of there. We're kind of at root
All
beer.
right.
We're at a root beer o'clock, I'd say. Just
I gotta
about.
say, I love the Day of the Death theme he has going on.
Me too. That is fun. I need more Halloween
Well,
stuff.
this is a set for an upcoming video I'm working on, where I'm making a video on spooky Halloween retro games.
Oh.
It looks like a sacrificial altar.
Yeah, well, there will be sacrifices. There always is.
Look at I mean,
They're always on.
as one does, you know.
Sacrifice my dignity.
Yeah, but no, I get it. It's more Day of the Dead than Halloween, and I appreciate that.
Yeah. There's no spiders.
I do love
That's
Halloween.
how you know that the skeletons. If there's spiders, it's Halloween. If there's no spiders, it's Day of the Dead. There you go.
It's that time of year for me to watch Halloween Town again.
I don't even know what that is.
It's a Disney movie that I used to watch as a kid called Halloween Town, and it's been a tradition for me every year to watch it. It's not a good movie, but it's enjoyable.
It's tradition.
Yep.
Yeah. It's like me watching the Blues Brothers every year for New Year's. That's my family always did that. I mean, it's a good movie, but I think it's just tradition at this point.
Mm-hmm.
I always watch the Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah.
Wholesome. I watch The Conjuring, so for Halloween every year. Yeah.
I never enjoyed actually scary movies.
Oh, I hate scary movies.
It's not gory, but it's definitely freaking scary.
Yeah.
The Nun, all those.
If I need to be scared, I just remind myself that I'm an adult. Like I don't want to go pay.
You ever?
Yeah.
You ever think about how you're just alive and you're adult with responsibilities, that realizing that is always the worst.
why
Immediately
you
you need to
drink
go
root
play a
beer.
game. That's
Yeah.
why you have to drink root beer.
Yeah,
I like that A&W 0-calorie root beer. That's my favorite.
I love
Yeah,
zero
that's good
calorie
stuff.
soda. I wasn't able to find any today. Like I don't usually drink sugar soda, and I'm upset at myself right now for not preparing ahead of time.
Does everyone have a
okay.
root beer?
I got
Not with me in
I got one
spirit.
right
What?
here. A&W.
Oh, okay. There
I
you
messed
go.
up.
A&W. That's my brand right there.
Yeah, that's what. There's better root beer, some might say, but I think the fact that it's so easy to get makes it a winner in my book.
I like
This
that it's
is,
a thin one.
I was gonna
It's
say, why is that
because
such a skinny can?
Yeah, it's a
Because
tall
this is
one.
from Mexico.
Oh.
Right here, like they
Ah.
have the labels like excess calories, excess sugar over there, so the serving sizes are different down here.
All right. A&W is my brand. That's
love it.
I drink that every single freaking day. Never get tired of that. That's my desert island drink right there.
Diet.
Although
It's
it has zero calories, so it's
Yeah,
not good
yeah.
if you're starving to death on an island.
Probably not. No. Supposedly you eventually you get the Parkinson's. So says Michael J. Fox, but I don't know if that's.
You know what?
if
He
that's
says a lot of things.
but he says a lot of stuff.
Yeah. No,
There are some things in life that are worth risking for A&W.
Yep. If there's no root beer, I'll settle for some Dr. Pepper, but it's not the
Yeah.
same.
Yeah,
I'll do
this
a
is
Diet
not
Coke.
this is not medical advice, by the way. Do
It's
not
not
sue
at
us.
all. No.
Yeah.
No.
Root beer is delicious. I don't know how there's people out there that don't like it. You know, you can put some ice cream in it, and it's just a good time. Nobody can be upset with a root beer float.
You're
No.
Oh, root beer float is
that.
legendary.
I
Yeah.
need one tonight.
You get a nice A&W with some Kirkland French vanilla ice cream in there. Man, that's a good time.
Yeah, man. Some of my best memories from a kid when I was a kid are with my one uncle, my uncle Roy. He lived in downtown Toronto, so we'd have to go in to go see him, and he would always do a root beer float for us. And it was always like, oh, when's he gonna bust out the root beer floats? And he had these cool little stir sticks. They were like I think he got them in Mexico actually. They were yeah, that seems about right. And they were like these glass stir sticks with these little skulls on top made of glass. And every time I think of a root beer float, I think of that guy.
Sounds pretty Mexican.
Yeah. My root beer of choice today.
God, I love that one.
Knows it does. My root beer of choice today is a Canadian brand of root beer.
Nice.
Tasty.
This is Jones Soda, made in I don't even know where it's made. BC, I think, British Columbia. Yeah. So they make lots of different types of soda pop. We just call it pop here in Canada.
That
some
sounds like
people,
Midwest.
Mm.
Yeah, and it's freaking delicious stuff. You can buy this all over the place in Canada. Even like convenience stores have it. But did they have it outside of Canada? I don't even know.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We have it in
okay.
Oregon.
We have Jones.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can get one.
Awesome.
down here.
Awesome. Well,
Cane
yeah.
sugar.
And one of the things that's fun about this one, hang on, I'm going to open it up. Hope it doesn't explode and ruin my set for filming.
He just got street cred. Did you see that? He opened it with his hands.
Ooh.
I'm not gonna.
Yes,
I'm not gonna
well.
lie. I had a bottle. I had a bottle opener right there just in case I couldn't pull it out. But
You gotta be ready.
Come
yeah,
prepared.
in Jones they have these little words of wisdom on the underside of the lid. This one says, "The longest journey is started by a single step. Take it." So
That's deep.
That's a
yeah,
good
that's your
quote.
wisdom for today, everyone. And another thing is the guy who started the company. It was made by two people, and the one guy made the soda, and the other guy was a photographer. And the idea was that they would put his photos on the front of the sodas, and he just had a ton of random photos. So that's why there's random photos on there. But now the random photos are submitted by like the audience. You know, it's sort of
That's
like
cool.
a crowd. Yeah, like a
Crowdsourcing it, yeah.
collaborative effort now. And it's delicious soda.
I'm gonna have to go out to the store after this. I need to get
Yeah.
myself some root beer tonight.
I'm gonna need some too.
Did so like the stereotypical glass of root beer, how it has the foam on top?
Right.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
Keep it in the
Well,
freezer.
the reason it always had the foam on top, and we associate that with root beer, is because root beer is it's made from sassafras bark. Like sarsaparilla, how that's sort of like a root beer, right?
Mhm.
Yeah. Sasquatch. Yeah.
Yeah. So there's something. It's from the bark of a sarsaparilla tree, I think, or a root or something. Anyways, the substance in there, it sort of has like a foaming property to it, like it's starchy or something, and that's why root beer always had that big foam on top. And lots of the brands of root beer actually put starch in their root beer because it's not made with real sassafras extract anymore.
There's no Sasquatch in it.
No, it was a carcinogen. The FDA took it off the
Well-
menu in like the 60s or whatever.
What does the FDA know?
It's because Sasquatch started
Yeah.
smoking.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, now it's all artificial sarsaparilla flavor. Actually, I think some of them do still use the real stuff. They like just extract the carcinogenic portion of it or whatever.
Yeah, I've seen
So-
some brands like not like the commercial ones that have like, it tastes different. It's similar, but it's different.
I have my root beer water, but it's just water.
Ah.
I mean, just imagine.
There's a root beer museum apparently. I looked this up. I forget where it is. It's somewhere, and they have like all the famous root beers throughout history. It's on my bucket list to go there. That and the pinball museum. I want to go to the root beer museum and the pinball museum next time when I visit America. I'm
Can
gonna
you
do
go on the
both
same
those
day?
things.
Oh,
I don't know. I don't know where.
I mean,
I
that
don't know
sounds
where
like
they
a
are.
fun time.
I got a spot in my attic actually. If you need I got an extra sleeping bag up there.
Yeah.
That sounds good. Do you have a basement? I'm more comfortable in a basement, to be honest.
This is the basement. This is the root cellar. I've turned it into a little den of retro and
All right.
podcasting.
Well, I'm going to take over your podcast, and I'll take over your basement too. That's fine.
I mean, that sounds fair.
Okay.
You
You can hang out with Ban. He needs
Okay.
company. He gets weird when he's alone for too long.
Yeah.
Man, now I want more root beer.
I've
Damn. I want a root beer float now. I talked myself into it.
That does sound really good.
Oh, that's
Hey,
the worst thing
Dweeb.
about talking about delicious food.
Have you ever put cookies and cream ice cream in root beer? Cookies and cream root beer float?
I haven't had a root beer float since I was a kid, since I'm lactose intolerant.
You can get non-lactose ice cream. I think they call it
Yeah.
ice cream or something like that.
Yeah. You can get.
Yeah, I
you
probably
totally
should.
can get.
Yeah.
I probably should. It's
Halo.
just an extra
There-
step.
There's a brand, Halo, I think it's called. They
Yeah.
make it with like almond milk because
That's right.
Yeah, oat milk isn't great.
All right,
Oat
so
milk
we got
is so
we
good.
got fake sarsaparilla root beer and fake ice cream at top, and it's just a bunch of fake
Yeah.
stuff, but it sounds so freaking good.
It's
I
all
really
it's
get behind that.
fake root beer, fake ice cream, a real experience.
Hey, there you go.
Yeah, I just made the commercial for it.
Yeah, they could put that on the bottle.
Yeah,
So, Dweeb man,
Fake
answer
Game
me,
Boys.
riddle me this. What's your answer for our door keep delete segment?
Sorry, what is this again?
Okay, so you got 3 handhelds, okay, from your collection or ones you've used. Which one of these handhelds do you adore for one night and you have to give it away? Which handheld do you want to keep forever on a desert island, perhaps, like you were saying? And then which one do you delete forever? You don't like it so much you wish it never existed.
Okay. Well, I'll start with keep because that's the easy one. It's gonna be my soulmate, my first love. It's the original Miyoo Mini. I love this thing so much.
Ooh.
It's my favorite object. It's my favorite thing. It's not just my favorite handheld. It's my favorite thing in the world. I love this thing to death.
Mine's
But
too far.
yeah, it's become a precious thing because
It
I
is
can't
precious.
replace it. you know. So I've stopped carrying it around. It's not my daily driver anymore. It's sad. It's sad that I've had to give it up for that.
Because you don't want it to
So-
break. You don't want to have to.
Yeah, yeah.
They're hard to find.
Like I'm almost scared to like touch it now. Take it off my shelf. I just love it so much. I like little handhelds. I like little screens. I don't mind little screens. I don't find it uncomfortable at all. I could play this all damn day. So yeah, that's definitely my keep.
What about RG Nano? I mean, that's even smaller.
Oh God,
Too
no,
small.
that's
Too
mean,
small. Tiny Game Boy.
I can play the RG Nano. I brought it on a camping trip and I played it for like 2 days and I had a great time with it.
I remember that video.
Yeah, but it's no Miyoo Mini. Come on now.
No,
I mean, yeah.
if it had a better D-pad, maybe.
Yeah. You know, it's comically small. Like it's a novelty. Yeah, the Miyoo Mini Plus. The Plus is great. It's a fine second choice to the original Mini.
I do
But,
like the Mini.
I mean, there's a V4, but until they fix the screen issues, it's not going to be as good.
Oh man, but bilinear filtering or whatever, you know, like where
yeah.
it's. I'd rather not even play games.
Yeah.
Well, there's also
okay.
like the pixel thing that they got going on.
What's that?
That the screen's a little bit bigger, so it kind of throws things off. And but that's something that can't be fixed from like Onion. Like Miyoo has to fix it themselves, so it can be taken advantage of it because it's just like slightly bigger screen than before.
Well, I thought it was a higher resolution, and because of that, they stretched the image, and it's like a built-in hardware bilinear filtering to it.
Okay, yeah, we were talking about the same thing then. You just had
Yeah.
better words than me.
Yeah, I did. Anyways, so a door. It'll probably be, you know, I don't have it with me, but it's the WinMax. Somebody lent it to me to make a video on, and it's freaking beautiful, but it's too much for me. You know, it's like I'm gonna really enjoy it for a couple days, as long as it takes to make the video, and then I'm gonna give it back, and it'll be like just the perfect amount of time with it, I think.
The original
Glad
WinMax?
What was it?
Or the 2?
WinMax 2?
Yeah, it's got to be the 2. I forget, man.
Laptops with sticks,
40U.
silver, metal.
GPD is not. I don't have any of their products, and they're out of my price range, to be honest. GPD.
Was it a aluminum shell laptop?
I mean, I could go get it. It's just right over there. Yeah, it's like
I
a
just wanted-
laptop. It's a laptop, and you pull it up, and it has little slidey things. You take off the joysticks, and it's got the full
WinMax 2.
keyboard. Okay,
Yep.
yeah, WinMax 2.
I'm just
Those
asking
are
because I
solid.
got one, should be here tomorrow, and I'm really excited for it. So I'm
I'm
just
excited
getting
to
more hyped
hear-
about it.
I'm excited to
You
hear
gotta
both
win
your
that-
thoughts on those.
You got a WinMax 2 on the way?
Yes.
Okay. I think I think it has a 6800U in it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Which I'm good with.
Yeah, I only just kind of like I've just started doing some installs and testing on it quick, and I'm just like, oh man, what a nice thing.
Yeah.
But it's so niche. I don't understand exactly the audience for it.
Mhm.
Same thing as the new one, the Mini.
Yep.
There's
So
this
that'll.
monstrosity.
Ugh,
Oh geez.
huge.
Yeah. And then delete. I'm looking over at my hodgepodge of handhelds right now.
The dude.
You know, I might have to go with. I might have to go with the Portal.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Aish, cover your ears.
It's the reason I would pick this is because it's so good in lots of ways, and yet it failed so bad in lots of ways too.
Mm-hmm.
And it's priced as if it's like perfect, you know.
Can we?
Look what I did to mine.
What is it?
You did improve it, Aish. You
I
did,
put a D-pad on it. I'm upside down. It's okay.
Oh,
There
wow.
you go. So I have a
My
D-pad
eyes,
on it now.
my
so
eyes
better
are
buttons.
just drawn to those PlayStation buttons.
Yeah. And an
So they
actual
don't- they-
D-pad, not a cover. Like
Get that? Can you get it
Wow.
under your light? I can't. It's hard to see the
I'm
D-pad.
off.
What,
Oh, there we
what I-
go. Right
what I-
there. Yeah.
Oh wow! What I want to know is like the buttons, the PS buttons. Are they the teardrop shape or are they just pure round?
They're just pure round. They're from
Uh-huh.
the Miyoo Mini buttons. Oh, I'm upside down, so it's kind of hard to get.
So wait, Miyoo Mini buttons, the original Miyoo Mini buttons will fit?
Yep, these are the Sakura retro modding ones. So what I did
Oh.
with these is like I sanded them down a little bit from the bottom just to give it more room, and that's it. So let's see if I can show them from the side because they stick out a lot. Just take this off. They stick out a lot more than before. I just can't get it to focus right. You can see right there. There's a little bit of an opening there, but it doesn't really bother me anymore. And this is way more comfortable to use.
I would get so many chip crumbs stuck in there, in those little holes.
And here's the Portal's on. Here's this one.
Yeah, that's like 1,000 times better. So you actually cut it, eh?
Yep.
Wow.
I was like, I've been wanting to do this for a while, and I was like, well, I'm gonna see if they'll sell me a controller, but they didn't. They just don't have them available for sale individually. And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna risk it.
And is
And it
that
worked out.
because you just kind of wanted to do it for the sake of doing it, or because you love the Portal so much?
I mean, a little of both.
Ah,
And I can't. It's hard for me
Ish.
to go back to this now though because.
Can we
of this,
see?
but-
Can we see your little gnome friend? I believe that's the ROM
There's-
gnome sister
there's-
Ingrid.
Well, I have both of them here. Let me fix the bear. He's falling over. Dude's had too much root beer.
Flip those around, yeah. So you got the little. Yep, those are Dollar Tree store gnomes right there, everybody.
Oh, lawful.
They're. Yeah, they're my beloved. Yeah, I have one, of course. Right there. There she is.
Oh,
There's her dad, and there's a little baby. There's a little family. So Aish gave me this beer once, and it had this top on it, and I said, "Yes, I'll keep that for all time in my Zen gnome garden." Okay.
well, thank you for that. We are
Welcome.
gonna make some changes to the format when I take over. I'm just putting that out there. Yeah, I
You want-
think the
You want to go through my gnome book, or
you have a book.
yeah?
Oh no, not that one again.
Oh, okay, you're right. We can't run allowed to show that one.
I mean, it
You
was
want-
a good book.
It was a good book, but can we see, Dweeb? Can we see your magnet abilities? Can we have you? Can you toss
Oh, I'm
slightly?
scared of it. I am scared of it.
I know it hurt you the one time, but if you kind of did a little dupe, just a little dupe. Yep. Oh, that was nice. You see that, everybody? That is what a strong magnet looks like.
Yeah.
Don't fall for the hype. All these other handheld makers are trying to make magnets right now, and nobody can beat the Portal in magnets. Nobody.
Although one deficiency with it is it doesn't pass this test, where
It
you can't just
doesn't.
hold it. You can't just hold it by that.
Yeah.
It's just not quite strong enough
But you,
for that.
okay, wait.
yeah.
Okay,
I
not
was-
like
it- it is-
that.
I
You
was
can go
actually
like this.
rated for that.
Yeah,
Ow!
yeah.
Yeah, but if
Yeah.
Oh no! Now it
I
has
was
sand in
told
it.
that I was not normal for picking up my handhelds that way. Someone on this stream.
Who?
How
I-
dare
I
he?
don't
I
know.
pick up my handhelds by like one side. So it's
Yeah.
like,
That's fine. That's fine.
you pick up your handhelds by one side.
But I see where you're coming from, saying you would delete this one though. Like it does so many things right, but it misses the mark on so many others.
Yeah, my biggest gripe with it is the screen. It was like I was expecting so much from it, and it improved with the software updates where they fixed the the local dimming, and but even still, it's so dim. And I've shown the screen to lots of people, and they're all like, "Yeah, really?
Yeah.
Is that the QLED one or the regular
That's the
one?
QLED.
Yeah, that's a QLED."
Mhm.
Like a 4K QLED screen, like it should be amazing, but it's the opposite. It's like worse than like I don't know, like any it's like worse than like the RP3 Plus, like just in terms of like brightness and sharpness and just
I get it for VR, but for a handheld, it just doesn't make sense to have that.
yeah.
It just destroys your battery.
Maybe when I get the VR, it'll change my mind.
I'm still an if on that one.
Yeah.
Oh
my God! I had that book. What is this?
You had this book?
I had this book. This book. What is this book? I had
Gnomes.
This is a part of my childhood you're holding.
Oh yeah. Do you want this?
I had this.
He's getting jumped by birds.
I didn't know anyone else in the world who had this except for my grandma.
I swear to Glob, I had this book.
Yeah, I grew up with Gnome.
Yeah, it's just this like, what is it? Yeah. Oh man.
What is that?
There he is
gnome doing to that mole?
He's milking a mole.
Oh God.
Yeah, this like Norman Rockwell style paintings of these gnomes doing their gnome thing, and
Doing
like
their gnomes.
Did you do the naked? Oh my!
I don't remember that one.
There she is.
Yes. Okay, hang on. Show me this picture. He has her slipper, right? Slipper.
He has her slipper.
Yes, that's it.
Yeah.
Wow.
There he is.
Oh no.
I mean, it's very
Almost
just
right
like
there.
it's all parts of a gnome's life from birth to death and all the things that they do, and like it's well documented. It's not even like a fantasy. It's like just somebody actually went in and lived with gnomes and then documented this book.
There's places where they believe in them. Like I think Norway has laws like protecting gnome sanctuaries.
Yeah, I mean, unfortunately, I believe in them, of course, because of the portal in my attic. But
Yeah, well,
it's beautiful. I mean,
She's gonna-
that's life.
Oh,
That's
God.
life giving.
That's nature. Yeah.
That's nature.
my aunt had a
Wow.
gnome, or so she says.
I hope.
Yeah,
I hope
she
someday
did.
I can. I hope
That's what
someday
brought
I
us
can
together.
find this book.
You can. It's on Amazon actually, and also some other sites for about $40.
I absolutely am going to buy this.
Yeah, it's used. You want to get this is the 1977 edition. You should get one of the earlier editions. I mean, I'll send you this one, but
You don't have to send me your gnome book.
Okay.
You're gonna
It is-
upset the gnomes.
You need it as a
Special.
prop. You need it as a prop on your former podcast.
That's true. There's,
The
there's
artwork is really good.
really nice. Actually, this is
It
my
is.
favorite. The purple gnome. There he's.
There's
taking care
another
of the
naked gnome.
goat. Wait, where's the naked? Oh, he's in the corner. He's hiding. They're so
What
chaotic
is with
and
gnomes
neutral.
and being naked?
It's
Dude,
just what
it's
they
just-
wanted.
It's what they want to do. And this one's being eaten by a deer.
Oh God.
Oh, he's cleaning his
Well,
teeth.
you
He's
know,
cleaning his
deers-
teeth
You know?
Deers actually do eat small animals.
Yeah.
like gnomes.
Yeah, and birds.
Goblins. Goblins are scary.
Ugh, goblins. No thanks.
It's like some of
Deers
this
are a
is
problem,
scary pictures in this.
A lot of people see deers and they're like, "Oh, look, it's a deer. It's so cute." It's like, no, it's a giant rat.
Yeah. I mean, this has disturbed me for many years now. So
Well, when I see a rat, I'm just like, oh no, it's just a little deer.
Yeah, exactly.
Someone apparently just put how much it is on Amazon. $32.55.
yeah, that's a good deal. Amazon Prime Day. Put it
Oh,
in the
solid.
description.
That
You
is
can have
so
it.
real.
There's even the song of the troll in here, and like no music you can learn and play. Do not disturb.
Oh, Jack
Um,
Doobie said that. You know, it was because of Jack Doobie that I bought another book from my childhood. It was the Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde comic. We were talking about comics in my Discord, which is the best Discord, and he convinced me to buy my childhood comic book, and I did.
Wasn't there a show based on that comic?
The Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde.
Yeah, I feel like I'm trying to remember it, but I'm pretty sure there was a cartoon based on that.
Thanks,
Well, I
Michael.
hope so. The art in that book was freaking awesome. Look it up, everyone. The Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde comic book. It's like paintings. Like each comic spread is a painting, and it's beautiful. And I bought it on Amazon, and it was cheap.
Oh, before we forget, we have 3 questions we need to go back to.
Oh yeah. Let's go through the questions. First of all, Michael, thanks for the donation, and also, oh geez, we have 6 lined up here.
Yep.
DweebTV, Green Protagonist. Dweeb's TV. Okay, so he's talking about the Sanro TV. that we have.
Sanpow.
Sanpow.
I was
Sanpow.
watching your TV, and I remember seeing that on TV when I was little.
Yeah, this is like
Why is it-
a
There we go.
yeah, an old royalty free. I didn't want to mess up the podcast with a copyright
Thank
strike.
you.
Yep.
Yeah, it's an old, like, almost like a music video. It's only like 3 minutes long.
Mhm.
But the TV, I have it plugged into my computer. If you want to see, here, take a look. You see, I got my little mouse down there.
Oh,
So
that's
it's just running a video, and it's plugged in with HDMI, and you can you won't be able to tell here, but one of the things I like about this TV is that it has a color dial. You can actually turn the color off and make anything black and white.
Zoo reviewed
I
that on our
s-
channel.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he did.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
Oh,
he did better than me because he figured out the Android side of it. I tried for like a minute and I was like, it's not working. I gave up, but he figured it
That's
out.
fair.
Yeah. Zoo plays it off like he's a modern day Ron Swanson, but he's crafty when he wants to be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's been I've seen him be intelligent on at least 3 occasions.
My favorite thing about this thing is that it just like sits on your desk and it's just like a fascinating object. You know,
And
you
it's
can
orange.
have like Ninja Turtles on loop and you don't even have to like watch it. You just turn the volume off and it's like a TV, like a little TV on your desk that plays whatever you want.
Watch some Sunday Night Football on there.
There you go.
Yep.
Yeah.
Next
Fair.
question.
Okay, KOTOR, no question, just the game.
Yeah,
name.
that's because we were talking about games that need a remaster, but that's getting a remaster.
Oh,
That's why I didn't mention a bunch of games. Like there's a lot of games
So
that
many good ones.
that are they either got like a spiritual remaster or an actual remaster, or they're getting one.
Thank you, the Red Kool-Aid, for your donation. That is very kind, and I
Mhm.
agree. KOTOR totally. Knights of the Old Republic is a game worthy of our dollars to rebuy that again.
Yeah. The original was the best one.
I would need
And-
to play a Star Wars game. I've been wanting to.
And then Green Protagonist wants to know what's an old game you discovered and enjoyed recently. Oh,
So he's thinking like, Atari or like maybe like pre Nintendo or like old.
yeah.
Mm. All right, I got one. Frogs and Flies on the Atari. I didn't discover that until I started testing retro handhelds. I saw its name in the list of files one time and I was like, what's that? And it's actually a legit, really fun game. You got to play it multiplayer. It would make a good like drinking game for people that drink. You could like,
Yeah.
it's like, you'll
Root
see
beer.
it when you yeah, a root beer drinking game. It's just such a simple game, and it's got a fun little environment, a fun vibe to it.
I'll answer with Denki Blocks for, I think it's Game Boy Advance. And it's just a random game in my ROM list that I opened up at random, and I've been playing the hell out of it. It's like this weird little puzzle game.
Tecmo Bowl.
What's that? Oh, Tech
It's-
Mobile.
yeah.
NES.
Yep.
Oh shit.
I've also been trying to play Adventure, but I keep getting stuck.
On the Atari, oh,
Yep.
that thing's impossible.
I know. I just keep getting stuck. Like I'll be able to get through like 20 minutes, and then I'm like, okay, that's it. I want to play it though, just because of the game it is and what it inspired. But it's frustrating.
Yeah, there's something about like the hit boxes and the pathfinding or the
Mhm.
edge detection or something. Like the simplest thing is so hard in that
Yep.
game.
But if ever since I read Ready Player One, I was like, man, I really got to go back and play this game.
Oh, I don't know anything about the story of it. The only reason I play it often is because it starts with A, so it's high up on the list. It's like right there when I go to test
Yeah.
Atari.
Yeah.
I do that
By the
too.
way, if anybody watched that movie, I highly recommend reading the book because it's a very different story. It's
I've-
way better.
I haven't watched the movie or read the book, so I guess I should do that.
Read the book; it's better.
Okay.
You'll enjoy it more. It talks
Okay.
more about like retro games, and actually, like the first like third of the book is just about old games.
Really? That's fun.
It is.
Okay, next question. Thoughts on webRCade and other types of self-hosted streaming solutions? Does anyone stream their games to their handhelds or phones? I mean, yeah, from my Xbox and stuff, but I haven't used webRCade personally. I know Russ talks about it.
It's just too like handhelds that can play a lot of these older games that you can play on something like webRCade are so readily available and they're so cheap that it's not really worth it in my opinion. But I don't know.
Joey was just talking about how he found the perfect solution for streaming in his home, and he shared a bunch of settings and stuff. I mean, I'd like to try that. I'd like to get a legitimately zero latency streaming setup, but so far I can't really make that happen until it's 100% perfect. I'm always going to want to play locally.
Yeah. And I guess if you're like an Apple user only and you don't really have access to easy emulation, because you can emulate an Apple, but it's just a pain to do it. Something like that would make sense. But then again, you could just buy like a 35XS for $50 and have it ready to go. So,
I think like streaming solutions are good for, obviously more demanding games.
Yeah.
Kind of
Like
Joey's
Game
messing around
Pass.
with.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, that's what like when it comes to retro game, like I love Steam Link, like
I'm
Steam
a
games.
big fan of Steam Link.
But when it comes to retro games, I really like I like streaming Nintendo Switch to my RP3 Plus or whatever. It's a fun system that makes sense to play on a handheld. It really does feel good to play those games, and I just want the good performance of a gaming PC that's just in the other room or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But I never do it. I never do it like out in the world though.
Yeah.
My home internet is not good enough to do any sort of streaming, and I can't stream my home stuff outside. So, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Even if you do like a hotspot, chances are your connection isn't going to be good enough to keep like a good steady stream going for like more demanding games. And like I said, it doesn't make a lot of sense to stream Super Mario World 3. Like you could play that on anything.
Yeah. Retro games. They're like when I'm out of the house, I'm fine with just the retro games that run on whatever device I just grab and shove in my pocket. Like I don't need whatever Doom Eternal or whatever when I'm out in the mall.
Exactly.
No.
And if you really have to have it, just get a Switch. At this point. Do you have another question?
No. That's all the questions we have. Now we're just kind of
we're just playing games at this point. All right.
We're kind of just
Play
playing
some games.
A little Wario 2. Anyone seen this tiny Game Boy before?
Oh, tiny Game Boy,
God.
please.
Yeah. Please give me one try.
Please give
All right.
Tiny Game Boy.
Go. Dan, do you have the RG Nano?
I just got an RG Nano thanks to Rob's Temu video coupons.
Ooh.
Man, I wish Nintendo made an actual mini Game Boy. I'd be all over that.
I've got a $30 RG Nano on the way. Don't use Temu, by the way.
No, yeah, don't support them. But
No.
that would be awesome.
After seeing Rob's video, I'm like, well, maybe we'll make another video, but I don't know.
I bought it and then I'm deleting the app once it shows up.
Yep, that's kind of how you have to treat it. It's just
I definitely recommend using the website and PayPal just to protect yourself.
I always use PayPal. It's like multi levels of protection there.
Oh,
But
Jack DB says his Kindle is his other handheld. like an actual Kindle or like a Fire tablet? Because I can see a Fire tablet. That's surprisingly good at like retro emulation, especially for the price you get it for.
Yeah, I have a Fire
little frog.
HD.
A little
What is it? A
frog.
Fire HD10 from like 2001, and that thing is just so nice to play games on. I'll prop that up on the table with just like a Bluetooth controller, and it's just like my own little retro gaming TV or something.
I used to use Dolphin for handhelds, the Retro Pocket emulator on it, and you can get a few GameCube games to run if you're okay running at a little bit lower resolution.
Good for RPGs.
Yep, definitely. You can. I was playing Persona 3 on it too.
Oh, nice.
It's just nice to have that big screen, and some RPGs I'm okay with touchscreen if I don't need like any like fast inputs.
Yeah, and it's so darn cheap. I forget how much it was, but it was like shockingly good for the price.
Yeah, you can get it for like half off all the time.
Yeah, you just got to do some hacky stuff to get rid of Amazon's garbage all over it.
That's what I don't like. I have a Blackberry tablet right now that's usually about $130, and it's got more RAM than the Fire and about the same performance, but it's just Android. You don't really have to deal with anything.
No Amazon store.
Yep. Which I guess if you're okay with Fire OS, and once you get a Toolbox on your PC and install the Play Store, then you're fine. But I don't like the Fire OS.
Yeah, it's not my favorite.
The problem I had with mine is that Amazon keeps like undoing it, right? With their you can't disable the OTA updates, and every time they update it, they remove your tools to get your access to your stuff. You got to keep doing it again.
Yep, and they got smart about it too, because like with some of the older ones, you can still get around it, but they figured out that people were doing that.
Yeah, I don't blame them either. I mean, they're selling it. They're obviously selling it at a loss, or like very, very close to cost, just to get people buying stuff on their store.
Yeah, it'll be the Fire 10 you can get for about $70 when it's on sale. It's a big 10-inch screen. It's 1080p. And you have a P60 in it, so it's going to be pretty decent for games for $70. Like that's a really good deal.
I didn't realize that the 10 had the P60.
Yep.
They never disclose what the chip is. Well, I mean, they'll say like, oh, it's a quad core, a Cortex or whatever. But
no, if you do a little digging, it's the P60.
That's incredible. So what about the Max 11? That's the one I have right now.
I haven't seen what's in that one, but it's definitely a better processor.
Yeah, it's been pretty smooth in my testing. Like I like it. It's 150 right now.
Yep. Isn't that the one that comes with like the aluminum body too?
Yeah, I have it here.
Yeah. And I think they give you like more features on that one too. And I'm pretty sure you get like Microsoft Office on it now.
Yeah, it does come with some of those extra add-ins.
I like that cover.
I think a little lavender cover.
Stubbs, don't show your pin on stream again.
Right, we got to not do that anymore. Okay.
Yep.
Thanks for looking out for my identity.
You got it. I already told you if somebody's going to steal it, it's going to be me.
It's going to be you. You got all the keys to the kingdom. Yeah, I got my... Joey recommended to me some great fantasy books. He actually doesn't like Brandon.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Well, Joey doesn't like Sanderson, but
Joey doesn't like anything I like. That's what I've realized. Like if Joey hates it, I'm gonna love it. Yeah. If Joey says, "Oh, it sucks," I need to get it. I should have bought his Ayaneo too. I probably would have loved that thing.
Witcher. Dude, Robert Jordan is legit. I don't care what anyone says. Wheel of Time, fantastic.
You know what? I've never read it. I want to read it.
Well, the show isn't that good, really. It's okay. But the books, it's just a good adventure. But the screen on this is better than any of the other Amazon tablets. So
I need to go back and finish the Stormlight Archives.
Where did you leave off?
Second book.
It's a slog.
It is, but you know what? Once you're two books in, it's just like you might as well just go for the third one because things are starting to get good.
Yeah, Yeah, the third was a struggle for me to get through, but I'm glad I did. But I don't know if I would have the patience to take in another one.
Yeah. So, well, Mistborn I can go back to anytime. Like the whole trilogy, I love those.
Never read that one.
It's
I've
really
heard
good.
things. Yeah, I really
It's very
should.
different than like the Stormlight Archives because it's a faster read too, and there are some definite plot twists that you don't expect, and by the third book, things are just getting insane. Like that's definitely a fun one. I think we should do a live stream just talking about visual novels next.
I like that. I like that idea.
Dude, they get weird. I finally started playing Doki Doki Literature Club, and I'm like, what is this? Why am I doing this? And it's just getting weird now, so I don't know if I want to keep playing it.
Good luck.
I feel weird, like when my family walks in, it's like, what is it? I'm like, oh, nothing.
Sorry, Jay Lash.
It's art.
I need to play Star Ocean Blue Sphere. It's my own fault. Okay, everybody.
There's a PSP port for it too.
What game is this, Aish?
Doki Doki Literature Club.
Oh, Doki Doki Literature Club. Okay, I've not played
Doki
that.
Doki Sexy Time.
Yeah, Rob.
Yeah, there's a PSP port for it. So if you have any retro handheld that plays PSP games, guess what? You can play that game.
Cadence is right.
Do they have a pachinko version?
Pachinko.
It's a word that I learned.
Sounds like an
Rob's
old
slowly
cholo.
just taking things in and out of frame. He's
It
slowly.
really
he's.
does.
Is there a ban? Why do you have a giant nut on the screen?
What are you telling me you don't?
Don't
have...
Google that.
Yeah, don't Google that first off. But are you telling me you don't just keep a giant nut at your desk?
Oh, I just got like Toy Story flashbacks from that, Rob.
You have a brilliant looking nut.
Oh, thank you.
It's a nice nut.
I'm very proud of this nut.
The Ice Age Squirrel would be proud.
Is it real metal?
No, unfortunately not. But
It's made of nut.
it's nut flavored.
Yeah.
Well, everybody,
A
I
big
think
nut
we've reached that time in the stream. I don't know how you guys are feeling. 2.5 hours here. We're getting there.
At 2.5 hours.
This
I
can't
need to
be
eat
4
some
hours
food.
again. We
We're
can't
not doing
do
4
it.
hours. We can't do a podcast episode for 4 hours. But this has been fun. I have this is a whole new style. I could get used to it. It's a little more laid back.
You get to show off more like toys and stuff.
Yeah, like I don't
Yeah,
show my
I like
face.
that.
Just show the toys. So Dweeb, where are we gonna find you these days? You're at TechDweeb on YouTube, right? And I saw your TechDweeb YouTube or _YT on some of the socials.
No, that's not me.
Uh-oh, who was I tagging today?
Uh-oh.
I don't know.
Yeah, don't.
Yeah,
blame
there might be an imposter. I'm sometimes on the socials. I'm the TechDweeb.
Yeah, that's what it was. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
good. I've never put at YT on my socials though.
That's Rob.
So
That's who I'm thinking of. Hold on, let me make.
All
Oh,
right.
now I feel
To
like I've
be
gaslit
honest, I
myself.
don't. Yeah, I don't do a lot of stuff other than just make lots of videos and hang out in my Discord. That's the best place to find me. I'm always open to chatting. If you stop by my Discord, it's the best Discord. You can talk about retro handhelds or other stuff. It would be a pretty lame Discord if it was just retro handhelds. So yeah, come talk about whatever you want, and watch lots of my videos. And I love talking. I love hearing your comments and all that fun stuff.
You are at the TechDweeb on Twitter, so you're right. I was in the wrong.
I have like
young
one
man.
tweet.
Well, good job twittering. I'll have to visit your
I'm
Discord.
terrible.
I don't know.
I'm terrible at social stuff. I just want to make videos. That's all I want to do in life.
Your tweet says, "I am a bird now.
Yeah, that's the one.
Welcome me to the flock."
Because I enjoy Twitter.
I like it. It's
That makes
now
sense.
and now it's
No, Mario. Sorry,
Must be hard to
What did I
play
do?
upside down. It must be hard to
It
play
is.
upside down.
it is.
That reminds me, I got recommended a good Super Mario hack that I need to try out.
No. You're a Super Mario hack.
I mean, yes, but that's aside the point.
Oh, there's the goose.
I've also
That's
got one of
blood.
those on the way. Because that was in the recommended.
No! Man, I'm sucking at this game right now. Okay, I died.
Well, while we're playing and wrapping up here, big shout out to our patrons and subs who live on the best Discord on the internet for retro gaming. And we do talk about retro handhelds, but we also talk about all of our friends' content as well, including TechDweeb. So, sir, you are welcome on our Discord anytime you would like.
Oh, thank you, and thank you for having me on. Jokes aside, I was super nervous about this. I think like the 2 hours before we were gonna start, I just was walking around my room. I didn't know what to do with myself. It was all I could think about. And this is
Nervous for us?
Yeah, and fun fact. This is the first live thing I've ever done. Believe it or not.
Really?
Anyway, yeah,
You did great.
this was totally chill. I had a great time. This was a lot of fun. I don't know what I was so worried about.
I don't have to worry about this stuff. I mean, it's just we're just hanging out as friends.
Even if you didn't do good, we were still gonna let you out of the compound. It's okay.
Yeah, we'll let you out sometimes.
They're really
Dan-
good at getting you into this stuff.
Well,
Yeah,
that was the deal. I wouldn't have said yes if you told me you were going to keep me there forever.
Well, I even
wanna
let
try
Dan out of
playing
the
like
attic
this.
here and there. Like, I let him see his family and stuff. Like, he's not my hostage.
He lets me out when he needs someone to hold his lights.
Yeah.
This is so confusing.
It's so weird holding my own light with my other arm right now today. It's really tough.
Yeah, you got one hand on the plush and then the other on the light.
On the light. I got the
No.
light stick over here.
Wow, this is hard.
You're okay. We're learning there. Hey,
I'm trying to play it
Ban,
upside down.
Ban, what was that micro SD card thing you had over there?
Oh, this thing?
I want that.
I printed this.
You printed that?
Yeah.
Oh my
That's
god!
incredible.
So you just
no,
spin it
stop.
and they just kind
I
of.
love what you can do with these 3D printing things these days.
I've never been
Cameron.
so jealous in my life. That thing is
I want that.
amazing.
Yeah, you
Anyone
can. Can you label your?
No, Mario, run.
That's incredible. I'm a fan, and that looks like a fan.
Wait,
Rob loves fans on handhelds.
he does.
He's a big fan.
I'm a big fan of Rob's. Hey, check out
No.
Rob's
Okay.
channel as well, of course, at Retro Tech Dad. And on Twitter, he's at Retro Tech Dad YT. And thanks for watching all the things that we do. Like, comment, subscribe, all the stuff that we always annoy you with. It helps us. And of course, we want to be the Retro Handhelds Behemoth. And throw a sub to TechDweeb, who you're at, dude, 36,000 subs now. You
Yeah.
only started 2 years ago.
Yeah, it's grown really fast in the last little bit. I'm very thankful for it. It's very encouraging to see big numbers go bigger.
Numbers go brrrr.
Yeah.
Everybody in chat,
Well.
if you like the portal, put a D-pad on it.
If you liked it, you should have put a D-pad on it.
Yep.
Yeah, that looks nice and easy. I'm sure it'll just be a matter of just putting a D-pad
course.
on it.
That's
No
exactly it. Nope. Super
Well,
easy.
Just take a
Well,
D-pad
thanks.
and put it on.
Yep.
With that, everybody, thank you. This has been Stubbs and my whole crew here with the retro handheldings. And take care of your hands and take care of each other. We'll see you next time. Oh, who do we have next time? I think next we have more Texter, and then we have Mr. Sujano after that.
More
So-
Texer.
It'll be good times. We have to ask Sujano all about what he's been up to. And Texter is doing our Halloween episode, so stay tuned for that.
All the stuff